All right, good afternoon, everyone watching on Twitch and YouTube. This is the Twilight's Dawn D&D game that is currently on break, and we are doing one-shots to see who will be our fifth player. So this is pretty exciting for all of us. We have three actually potential applicants here today. And shortly, I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves and their characters. And we also have with us playing today Abe, who is one of the regulars on our Twilight Dawn game. I don't keep saying podcast. Abe is going to also introduce his character in a moment. This is, of course, the I don't want to say it's more of an opportunity for us to see different types of players, and because this group of people has been playing for a while, it's very important for us to get the right player and character as we go forward in the Twilight Dawn campaign series. So this is pretty exciting. We had one shots. We've had one shot a few weeks back, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We had a one shot last week, which we will conclude next week, which should be pretty exciting. That was quite some fun. This one will be 2, but we're excited about that. And then there will be a one shot also scheduled on December the 27th, I do believe.
So 27th.
Yeah. So there's several weeks of one-shots coming up when you get to see a few of the people that we are considering for that 5th spot. But other than that, when is Twilight Dawn going to return? That is not known at this point. It is to be decided. We're taking a break from that, and hopefully the time we're investing to find a good player help us to be ready and prepared to launch that next portion of the campaign. So stay tuned on further details with that. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I would like each of our guests to introduce themselves and their characters, starting with let's see. Starting with Jordan.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Jordan. Just kind of, I play D&D for a little bit. I mainly DM most of the time, so it's fun to finally be able to be a player again. I usually try and come up with unique characters with really cool backstories, and I don't really keep in mind like a whole concept. I just kind of like make a person and then make stats. And my character is Worm Rexy, a very old-looking halfling man, looking about 135, and he appears to be slightly quick. And whenever you talk to him, he seems to have a bit of an intellectual, bit of cold, calculating, scientific man, often talking about medicine and doctorates. And sometimes he'll remember things about his ex-wife and talk to you about his life before, but doesn't really keep too much of it in mind.
All right, that's awesome. Next, we will go with Keaton.
Hi. My name is Keaton Long, and I'm playing Errol Venn, the half elf. He's a very, very earnest young man, very, very kind, very at home at the dinner table. He conducts himself very well, and is, on the other hand, prone to sudden fits of bravado and setting his hand on fire. It's a chronic thing.
All right. And finally, we have Emma.
Emma, who is not here.
She is gone.
She is not here. What?
I mean,
Where did she go?
She
Okay.
left.
Abe, go ahead and introduce your character while we wait and see if she.
I
comes
am
back.
playing Cater Fate Touched. Touched is my first attempt at making a character without a sad backstory.
Oh my god.
Gasp.
Cater comes from a tribe in which your role in society for the rest of your life is determined when you reach adulthood. It was drawn. He was said job was going to be to travel the lands fulfilling fates. He is a very stoic man.
Okay. Well, since one of our applicants just disappeared. Such is the nature of Roll 20, I guess. Does one of our normal players who are
Rise
listening
Robin?
want to jump in?
Well, I thought James would
James.
take James. do you-
Whichever one's needed.
All right.
Whoever we lost.
Well, Kader is apparently a caster, so I'm a caster, which means that it would probably be better for Grimrest to take the stage.
If that's what you want.
All right.
Don't tell them I'm a caster too.
I'll go ahead and.
We're all casters.
Well,
yeah.
half caster. It's weird.
I'll go ahead and put you back in Grimres in different spots. So weird. Just totally vanished. Just whoop. Oh well.
Looks Barty.
Space pirates.
There. And then token layer. I think I got one more. Okay. Let me adjust it up here. Just throw her away. Actually, I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. Okay. So, since James is now playing now, all of a sudden, James, go ahead and introduce your character as well.
Alrighty then. I am Grimrez Toothtaker. I am a half-orc gladiator. As his last name suggests, he likes to collect teeth as tokens of victory. So he'll always, like, he killed a dire wolf, he'll take a dire wolf fang. Beat a random, take one of those guys' teeth. That sort of thing. That's just his little quirk that he has as a character. Out of character, he's basically a thug archetype of rogue.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, just so you guys have a little bit of idea of what where the situation that you guys are currently in. You have been traveling together for a bit. You were part of a mercenary group that was escorting some sort of noble from one city to the other. You're now on the way back to your home city. And on the way, you have encountered a interesting little small town. It's nice, tranquil, kind of sits by the water, kind of a fishing hovel. And as you approach this small town, you notice that there aren't very many buildings of interest, but there is an inn that says Savior's Tranquil Inn, and that is Savier, so Savior, Savior, Inn.
Not really
Savior's Tranquil Inn.
spelling's not their strong suit, is it?
There are many languages in this world.
Yeah. So, just so you guys
Yes,
know.
I'm the jerk then.
It's all right. But yeah, so there's an inn. It looks pretty nice. The inn is painted a light, pleasant green color. And there's various plants that grow along the side of the inn, colorful flowers that line the walkway. The door's wide open, and the sounds of whistling occasionally are interrupted by soft voices that come from inside.
We see any people?
Yeah, looking around, there are a few people going about their daily business. Some of the townsfolk are, watering plants. There's a group of fishermen bringing in some fish from the early morning's catch, kind of laying them out on a table. Yeah, it's just
It's not like an odd, spooky ghost town.
No, it's not spooky at all. It's just a quaint little town.
Oh yeah, this reminds Errol of home. He's gonna happily just stride right through the front door.
Okay, so the rest of you watch as Errol decides to walk right through the front door. Errol, as you hit the doorway, you find that you see the source of the whistling. There's a thin, sharply dressed half-elf man, balding pate corralled by curly green hair. I don't like this guy's way of writing. He moves about the lobby, whistling and talking quietly to himself. He's in the middle of stacking a set of books on a coffee table, and he takes a moment to take a single finger and pushing his sliding spectacles up his nose, he notices you. His whistling stops, and he quickly finishes his stacking. Oh, do come in, he says.
So he's got green hair?
No, he has curly gray hair.
Oh, curly gray hair. I think
I heard him say green too.
Yeah.
I might have by accident.
Does he look old?
He does. I'm sorry, what?
Does he look old?
Yeah, he looks kind of old. He's balding. Seen some better years.
And was there anyone else in the place?
You look around. The rest of the room seems to be pretty empty at the moment. It is early in the morning, so most guests, if they're around, have either left or are still sleeping.
Yeah, Errol will take a seat either at the nearest table or the counter, and he'll just kind of shrug and say, "Oh well, just guess I must have lost track of time. Didn't realize we'd beaten the rush."
All right.
I will walk in. I'll walk in as invited, and I'll go. Oh yes, thank you so very much, my good man. Seems as if business is slow today, no?
Yeah. The lobby is very neat and tidy as you guys kind of situate yourselves. There are three very comfortable looking chairs surround a small coffee table. As you walk in and tell the man what you just said, he says, business is pretty good. We get some people in here and there, but it could be better. I've got a few customers in a few rooms at the moment, but this place is kind of far out from most travelers, unless you're going someplace else. And with the roads the way they are, a lot of people don't do that anymore.
What's wrong with the roads?
There's been a few goblins here and there, that sort of thing. The king's guards can't go this far out. It's unfortunate, but it does keep the travelers down. You lot are quite lucky to have made it this far, might add.
I'll
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Do not believe luck had much to do with it.
I was just gonna turn to my companion and say, did you see any goblins? I didn't see any goblins.
I don't think there were any goblins on the road on the way over here.
Weird.
He goes, well, they're there. I mean, you must have gotten lucky. He kind of pushes his spectacles up a little bit and he says, at any rate, I need to take care of something. Hold on one moment. As you guys look around in the room, as he kind of saunters off towards the kitchen area, in addition to books, there is a steaming kettle and several elegant porcelain cups that sit on a table. The aroma of tea kind of invites you to indulge your taste a little bit. Shelves are stocked with decanters and bottles of all shapes and colors, and sizes line the lobby walls. The half elf goes around the desk. He kind of picks up a quill, dabs it in some ink, and opens his customer ledger. And then he comes over back to you, and he again with his spectacles, he says, "So, my name is Savior. All I have to offer today are a few rooms. As I said, there are some taken, but I can spare you your lot of a few other of the rooms. They're not as good, but we can get you. But I'm afraid I don't have any elixirs today. I normally sell the finest elixirs in the land, but I'm one ingredient short of what I need for the mixture. I have no way to get it." He looks kind of disappointed, and you have to understand, this elixir is this famous stuff. It's sold from one end of the kingdom to the other. Makes me a lot of money. And I don't like the fact that I'm out of the ingredients necessary to make it. Not renting rooms at the inn it's not going to be enough to pay the tax collector when next time they come by.
An ingredient, you say, of some kind. What would this ingredient be, per se?
Yes. The ingredient. Well, it's something called midnight violet. But it's been a while since I had any of it. There was a party I sent out. Group not too unlike you lot. They went and you see him kind of pick up a bottle, and he's kind of thinking and absent-mindedly dusting it off as he does it. He says, They went out to get the midnight violet, and they never came back. Or, well, that's not true. One did come back, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. He wasn't the same afterwards.
Errol finally holds up a finger and pipes up and says, "Oh, that's why the sign outside is spelled like that. I understand now."
Anyway, yes.
Where's this guy that came back?
Oh, I don't know. He did return, and he did have midnight violets in his possession, but it looked like he had aged 20 years. He stayed in town till, he decided to, I guess, he moved on, but, he was never the same. He would kind of be twitchy and jump at the slightest noises, and he was a wreck.
Can I roll something to see if, like, I remember anything about, like, a midnight violet of any kind?
Sure. Roll a nature check.
Gotcha.
Okay. Worm, you would remember that the midnight violet is something that is used as a sleeping tonic. It's a very potent mixture that allows the individual to sleep peacefully without interruption, but at the same time to have their senses quite alert. So you sleep, but it's almost, your alertness is almost as if you're awake. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
manufactured elf trance.
So what exactly are you really intending to use the elixir for? Is it meant to just be some sort of relaxing agent, or maybe some sort of therapeutic drink?
He laughs. Well, it's quite relaxing, yes, but so is that tea. I plan to sell it for gold, of course. It makes me a lot of money. You think this inn makes me a lot of money? He looks around, kind of gives you waves his hand, like, I don't think so. I need this elixir to continue building up my savings for a future cottage outside of town. I can't do this forever. My back's starting to give in. You see him, like, grab the small of his back.
Well, I think the one of the biggest questions here is how much exactly are you willing to pay for Midnight Violet?
I'll pay you the same. I guess it's a little bit further on, and things don't cost the same as they used to. I guess I can up the price a little bit. He kind of grabs his another book. He kind of opens it and takes his spectacles, looking down. He's very studious, and for a moment he just kind of leaves you in silence as he starts mumbling to himself. Yeah, well, if I cut this here and move this around there, and if I don't bathe the horses as often...
Is there any way I could just like kind of lean over and sneak a peek at the book to see if whatever he eventually tells us matches up with what's in there?
Sure. Do a stealth check.
That'll do.
Yeah, you look at him and you look at the book he's looking at, and it is indeed some sort of financial ledger, but like, you're not sure how his business stays open. There's numbers off and lots of like red ink everywhere. Is you just like, how does he make any money?
Yeah, I get a look at that, and then I look back at my buddy, just kind of like, I don't know.
He says, right. And then he suddenly looks up. He says, right. I will pay you 200 gold pieces to bring me a certain portion of Midnight Violet. However, and he says, this is not going to be easy, and you're probably not going to like it.
Go on.
I told you the man that came back, he was kind of crazy afterwards. He told me that he located the flower in a greenhouse that was on that island out there. And he points somewhere off because you can't see it. There's the windows on the other side of the room, but he's pointing in an imaginary direction. It's an island out this direction. Somebody's old house. Not sure who it was. At some point, says that it grows in the greenhouse there, located inside an interior courtyard. He says he got as much as he could, but he kept mumbling something about the dead and Mr. Tom Tom or Tim Tam or.
Isn't that a snack?
Something.
That might be a snack.
Something like that.
If it grows in a greenhouse, why haven't you tried growing it yourself?
He kind of thinks about that. It's like, I have attempted to grow it a couple of times. Do you think I'm stupid? If I could just reproduce it, I wouldn't need to send people like you out to get it. No, it doesn't seem to grow well here. Whatever they use in that greenhouse works. And the closest place other than that is thousands of miles to the south in some fetid bog.
That would kind of defeat the purpose of going to the island in the first place.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, 200 gold pieces, you bring me back the flower. Are you interested?
Well, I'm not in too much of a hurry to get back home anyway. But I can't do it alone without a crew. Friends, are you willing to go to a mansion and get some midnight violet for a bit of coin on our way home?
Oh, I would love nothing more than to trash a mansion.
I gotta
Sounds
second
great.
that.
Sounds dangerous and possibly life-ending.
Yeah, that
Is that
might
everything we
be.
do?
I could possibly attribute the madness of the survivor to some sort of fungus or maybe a pre-existing mental illness. I don't imagine some person would just appear at a mansion and then suddenly go mad for no reason.
I don't know. He kind of shrugs.
It'll be
Yo.
fine. I know magic. We'll be fine.
Ah, well, yes. Very good. Well, let's settle then. You'll need to get to the island. There are a few people in town who might be willing to give you some information. They've been here longer than I have. I'm kind of an outsider. Built this inn with some savings I picked up while being an innkeeper in the city of Travier. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get back to my work. And you see him kind of just shuffle over towards the side and sit on the stool and kind of stare at the room.
Huh. He said he was stacking books on this coffee table. Can I just poke through a few more of them?
Oh, yeah, sure. He doesn't seem to mind as you go over to the books. It's just your common fare. There's some tales about an adventurer named Sir Edward Gurgon, and then there's another book about traveling to the far kingdom of Bernicia, and just things like that. Common fare that you would find in if you were traveling about.
A copy of People magazine.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, yes.
Good lord, I feel like I'm in the waiting room at the Chirurgeons. Alright, nothing here. Should we at least stay the night first? It was definitely
It's
a
like the
walk to
middle
get
of-
here.
Morning right now.
I have no sense of time.
It is early in the morning. So you guys have been...
For whatever reason, traveling at night.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, you left a nearby town. So, like, you've only been traveling for, like, an hour or so. Hour or two. So this is another little small hamlet. So it's not like you've been traveling all night. So that you don't feel tired.
It's like my DM's favorite joke. No matter what time of day you leave to hunt a vampire, by the time you find the vampire, it will always be night.
Indeed.
It's true.
Then we should probably start looking for transport, boats, ferries.
Kind. And I also helped to see what happened to that madman who came back.
Oh,
Try
absolutely.
and ask around and see
Sure.
if he's still around.
Okay, so you guys eventually leave the end. Give me perception checks, everybody.
Okay. My rolls are decidedly average today.
Excellent.
Wow, Cater.
A 2.
You
Wow.
are definitely considering some deep, dark philosophical conundrum.
Or he's just considering taking a Sharpie to the inn sign.
That too. 14, 12. Okay, so looking about, you do see a group of fishermen who do seem to have like pulled their boat and so forth. That you might be able to. But other than that, there is there's a wrinkly old gnomish woman who's carrying a basket of fresh beets. there seems to be some sort of middle-aged human male who is carrying a wood axe over his shoulder, walking into town. You look over toward the other side of the square. There's a circle of children and a rather attractive human female who has had looks like she's having trouble speaking because like she looks like she's intoxicated.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's another over on the other side of the street. There's a rough looking dwarf who seems to have a constant scowl on his face. And one more individual, there's an old rotund human woman who is wearing a flower apron and carrying a pie. It smells and looks delicious.
I do like pie.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of smile a bit, walk up to the woman with the floral apron.
Okay. You walk up to the old rotund woman. She's kind of... You see the flowers just all over the apron, all over her. Yeah, she's definitely not talented in keeping flour off of her. But that pie just smells amazing. And even getting closer up, you see like intricate patterns on the surface where she's used like some small etchings and things. The aroma of the gooseberry, nothing seems to come out of the pie. It's all contained in a beautiful pastry. And she goes, "Oh, I haven't seen any of you around. Can I help you?"
I apologize, my lovely young thing. But it seems as if I must pay you good compliments on your excellent bakery work.
Oh, she's like, "Oh, I haven't been young in years, young man, but yes, this is one of my favorite recipes handed down to me by my great-grandmother. Gooseberry pie."
It seems so lovely, and don't be so humble. You look incredibly beautiful today.
Oh, stop. And she just kind of like giggles a bit and waves you off. But surely you're not here to flirt with an old woman. What can I help you with?
Oh, well, maybe there is something you could help me out with.
Yeah.
There seems to be there was a man who came back with a flower of some kind, a midnight violet. He seemed to be a bit cuckoo in the head, as it were. Would you happen to know anything about that man?
Oh, you see her get like this look of like disgust. Oh, it was one of those individuals that half-elf twit savior hired to go get him those blasted flowers.
Yeah, you almost see Errol like perk up in indignation before she mentions Savior by name, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And speaking of, as they talk, Errol's gonna kind of brush past them and make his way toward the scowling dwarf.
Okay, so Errol, you approach the scowling dwarf. He seems to be kind of well armed. Got a nice leather breastplate on, little small hand axes on each side, hands crossed. He's just kind of looking around, bored.
Yeah, Errol will walk up, wave in greeting and say, "Hey, old friend, you're one of the gods?"
If that's what you want to call it out here, what can I help you with?
Well, to make a long story short, we've been somewhat interested in the goings-on here. We're looking for the gentleman that came back on his from his quest to get the midnight violets.
Ah, yes, that was some years ago.
Yes.
Oh, and you see him just kind of look. He for the first time having a conversation and watching him, he seems a bit amused. That one was crazy. Kept talking nonsense about that island over there and the residents. Something about Mr. Tim Tam or Tom Tom or
I would swear that is a snack I've heard somewhere. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyway, and he's like, I do want one of those. It's been a long time. Anyway, he
Where
just went
is he?
crazy. He kept trying to convince everybody in town that there was something going on with the mansion. But, his companions never came back, so I guess something happened? Maybe he went nuts and killed them all, for all we know.
Do you know where he is?
Nah, he left town long time ago. Don't know whatever happened to him. Years ago. He hasn't come back since.
Well, did he at least mention a direction or something ominous before he left?
Well, it's on that island out there, and he points off in the direction over the lake. You can't see the faint outline of a distant island out there. Supposedly there's some sort of house out there. Somebody built it long before I was here, that's for sure. Just been on this post a few years. The house is older than that. I tell you what, though, you're gonna have a hard time getting somebody to take you out there.
I'll manage. Thank you for your time.
Certainly. And if you come across any Tim Tams, you know who to bring them to. And he kind of smiles at you.
I'll bear that in
Billy.
mind, good sir.
Alright.
I'll take that newfound knowledge and move on.
You mentioned
Go ahead.
that there was like a mumbling woman, or am I misremembering?
There was a wrinkly old gnome woman, and there was a middle-aged female, a rather attractive female, who was teaching some children, but she looked drunk. The old woman, going back to you guys who were talking to the old woman, she's, do you have something to ask her?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna let him speak because I just spoke.
Questions for the old woman. I thought that there was a mumbling check.
There is a woman who appears to be drunk with slurred speech. She's not mumbling.
The person that I wanted to talk to.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with that. So she is teaching the children, and you're kind of like, what kind of parents are letting this woman teach their children? Because she is just, and I tell you, it wasn't long ago that, and the kids are kind of like laughing at her.
Oh.
That he rode through and he said, I will love you forever. And then what does he do? He rides right off. Never writes. Never sends a pigeon.
Walk between the woman and the children. Place my hand on her right shoulder. Ma'am, are you alright?
I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. I am just telling these wonderful children about my glorious bastard of a lover who just rode into town, plucked my heart out of my chest, and rode off with it.
I would like you to know that your heart is very well still beating within your own chest.
Well, yes, it is. You're right. You're funny.
Some other man, your own life.
Right. Who are you?
Wishes to help.
Okay. I am fine.
You're in need of assistance.
No, I'm good. I mean, aren't I fine, kids? And they kind of like continue to laugh and like point and make fun.
At least, I think you definitely need to go take a nap.
You know, that actually sounds like a good. And then she just kind of falls off the stool, just collapses.
That is precisely what I expected.
All the kids go, oh, Mrs.
Yeah,
Fannin!
Errol rounds the corner from talking to his dwarf friend, and he's like, "What did you do?"
He knocked Mrs. He made Mrs. Fannin go to sleep.
She was drunk.
And I don't blame her. I go to sleep whenever he talks too.
The kids kind of laugh at that.
That my voice is as musical as a lullaby.
Yeah, she is out, like kind of drooling, just kind of laying there.
Face down in the dirt.
Yeah.
I'll prop her up against the side of a building.
Okay. You prop her up. She's all dirty, mud just kind of cakes her face now.
Errol will actually go to the nearest well, grab like a bucket of water, and just leave it on the stool next to her for when she wakes up.
Okay. The dwarf kind of sees this and kind of like his stone face cracks a little bit. He's trying so hard not to laugh. And then the old woman walks by and goes, "I told Mrs. Fannin to lay off the sauce. She's teaching the children."
Yes.
Oh, good heavens.
You want a drunk to be teaching your children?
Oh, she hasn't normally drank with the children. This is new. It must be because of that man, Gerald.
Who is Gerald?
Oh, he's some, attractive. He said he was some sort of lord. Ran through town, made all these promises to Mrs. Fannin, and then he just kind of left. Didn't say anything else. Poor woman.
Sounds familiar.
It's a lot of men like that. Can't find a good man anymore. Not since my husband died. And then you see her kind of look a little far off at the distance. Momentary pause. But anyway, I have pies to make. Good to meet all of you. And she walks off.
It's very nice to meet you, you sweet young thing.
She just sort of giggles as she walks into one of the
Errol
nearby.
just kind of stare at Grimrez for a minute before just shrugging and saying, "No accounting for taste." So, crazy
Some
guy.
people, a woman who knows how to cook is better than a woman who the looks of an angel.
Stop fantasizing about pie for a moment. I need to tell you something. So, crazy guy that we're trying to talk to, he's been gone for years.
Interesting.
Apparently,
Yes,
he went back. Apparently, he went back to the island over yonder, and he'll point out to the outline in the very far distance.
Avia has been trying to get people to go for years. Then
That would be the long and short of it. Yes.
bother.
Are we still doing this?
Sounds like
I
there's
mean-
something out there worth investigating, regardless of what we go out there for.
To pull out his deck. A sort of specialized hero deck that is gifted to him by natural law itself.
Okay, I was really worried for a second.
I was thinking the same thing.
Not the deck of many things.
Okay.
As he begins to draw cards from the deck, I'm going to ask Will a question. Do we need to go to this island for the story to proceed?
That's kind of the point of the one shot, yeah.
By persona. Fates are drawn to this island.
Seems that way. Savior sent that man over there, came back, and then went back to the island. Something's either drawn him back, or he just went back there upon his own fruition, although I doubt he did, considering word around the place is that he's gone mad.
Well,
Likely that he
we're
went
not going to
mad.
find out what happened here. We should get to the docks and see if there's anyone that'll ferry us.
Okay. Alright, so you guys walk towards the shoreline. You see a few fishermen again. They're laying out their fish, counting. Says, that was a pretty good haul today, Mork. It was. I agree, John.
Almost just carrying on the rhythm, Errol approaches them and says, "Damn, that's a nice haul."
Yeah. We've had a few good ones the last few weeks. This isn't the best one, but it's up right up there.
Well,
Gotta
clearly
sell
you
for
lads are good
quite a
at what
bit.
you do.
So we haven't seen you folks around here before. Can we interest you in some fish?
Not today, sadly. Errol Ven, nice to meet you all. And he'll just go around and shake all their hands. We have a simple.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And he'll just keep on, and he'll say, simple request for you, fine men of the sea. We need to deposit ourselves on that island over there, and he'll point it out.
You see, roll an insight check.
Okay. Good. Perfect.
You don't catch it in their faces, but you do hear a small groan out of one of them, and he says, "We know about that island over there. Why would you want to go over there?"
We're going to have a look. Nothing too involved. You simply need to you would simply need to drop us off over there. Don't even need to touch the shoreline. Come back within a day or two. I'm prepared to pay you what little I have left.
Okay, roll a persuasion
yep.
check.
All right. A little better at that. Okay.
Yeah. Mark, I really don't. If he's got coin, he says I don't have to step on the island. All right. Okay. You rolled pretty well.
Yeah, Errol will hold up his pouch of gold and says, 10 gold pieces for the trip there, another 10 for bringing us back safely.
His eyes widen a bit. He said, I'll do it for 10 gold, both ways. You got a deal.
He will offer his hand to seal the deal.
All right, let me get my boat ready. Mork just kind of gives him this look of, what are you doing? And
Errol will meanwhile turn back to his companions with a very proud smile.
Well done, friend.
Out of curiosity, how far is it to this island?
the island's about, you don't know at this point. Judging, make a perception check.
Perfect.
It's far away.
It's in the water.
I mean, if we could see the outline
You can
from
see
here,
a
it
little
can't be
outline
more
of
than
it.
a day or two.
I was trying to confirm if it was like this is a lighthouse just in the harbor versus an island way the shit out there.
It's you could see the small outline of it, so it's far enough to get to, but you're not quite sure how far away it is.
That's fine. I just
Especially
wanted to
with
know
five.
if like. Well, I was also trying to figure out like, hey, if the boat capsizes, we can still swim there.
It would be difficult.
It would be difficult, yes.
That's
I'll
what I
give
wanted
you.
to prepare
yeah.
for.
Yeah, that much I'll give you. It will be difficult to swim to it, depending on how far you've made it.
Plus, you'd want to like bring your stuff, and that stuff's heavy.
All right, so
right.
Plate a pair of pants and float.
Our ride has been secured.
So John kind of gets the boat ready again, puts a few things on, and he says, "All right, climb aboard."
All right, Errol boards,
All right, and
all smiles and spry steps.
All right.
Worm does as best he can with his 2'8" self.
All right, so
Grim helps the elderly halfling as needed.
Thank you, Grim.
all right, so John strokes the oars, and the boat starts to head out into the deep of what appears to be a rather large bay. And as you all roll out, you begin to see what appears to be, after probably about an hour or two, less than 2 hours, but definitely more than one. You begin to make out what it appears to be like a red beacon. And as you get closer to the island, the rhythm of the oars in your ears, you can see that the island is very lush with trees. You do notice a decrepit boat slip without a boat, and you can make out what you believe to be a rooftop that's barely peeking through the treetops. And judging from this, it appears that you will have to make a small journey from the shore to the whatever building that is in the distance. John rows, and then suddenly he stops, and he lets out a small anchor over the side. He says, "All right, I'm gonna wait here. You better get back before nightfall, or I'm gone. I don't stay here for this. Not here."
How long did the journey take?
It took about, like I said, a little over an hour, not quite 2 hours.
All right, Errol will hop down to where he is and, as promised, hand over 10 gold pieces.
All right. John pockets the 10 gold and says, "You're back here by nightfall, I'll get you back across. If you're not, well, God's help you."
Fair trade. Stay safe.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
If I might quickly ask before we leave,
Mhm.
right of this place,
Say it again, sorry.
this place.
You keep cutting out
Yeah.
before you say this place.
Right of this place. Is it still not working?
Yeah, I'm not getting the first bit. I would keep missing the words in front of this place. I hear this place. Okay. Why are people afraid of this place? He looks at you and says, well, the last group that I rode over here didn't come back except for one man. And that man was crazy.
And
How
that
many
was
people
years
went?
ago.
Yeah, that was years ago. Right. He had a big sack full of some sort of plant, flower. Called him something, violet something.
The Midnight Violet.
Yes, that was it. He didn't say much on the trip over, but he stayed at the inn for a few years, and then he just kind of left. Just walked off on his own. We never saw him again. But while he was in town, he would always talk about the people that he lost. Some friends of his that went over there, and something about Mr. Tom Tom or Tim Tam or that guy and some derivation of that. He never could get it straight.
I'm really hungry now.
He says, but bad things happen on this island, and you're fortunate that I brought you out here in the begin with.
Thank you, friend.
Of course.
We'll be careful.
Yes. Do be careful. I'll be here. And he kind of sits back on side into the boat and looks around nervously.
Yeah, Errol will step on ashore.
All right, so you guys wade to shore, not too far out from the boat, and you approach a path that kind of leads up to what appears to be some sort of structure in the distance. So you've started to head up the path. It takes you get about 5 minutes in, and I need everybody to roll perception checks. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So, Errol, as you're walking down the path, you noticed something buried in the dirt by the rock. There's a small tusk of horn protruding from the earth.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just kind of veer off the path briefly and head over to this rock and just kind of prod at it, see if he can identify it as it is.
It squishes a bit, so it's not solid. It's kind of squishes a bit like cloth.
That's weird.
What are you doing then, Errol?
There's a thing here.
Thing.
I don't know what it is right now, so it's a thing.
Yeah,
Be a little bit more specific.
I'll kind of start digging around it a little
Okay.
bit with my hands and try and unearth a little more.
Doesn't take it too long. You dig a little bit of the dirt, and it seems to be like a small pink stuffed toy unicorn. It's very dirty and weathered, and has obviously been there for many years.
Yeah, I'll just yank up on it, and suddenly I've got a unicorn toy, and I just kind of brush the dirt off. And I'm like, what?
So you've met your new best friend.
Decent souvenir for the grandkids.
Worm looks at it and he appears sad.
He slowly stuffs it in his pouch, and he says, "I will name him Harold."
All right, you have Harold the unicorn now in your possession.
Delightful.
So you start to turn away from that. You begin to walk a little bit further. Then you hear what is the sound of buzzing. Buzz. And it gets louder and closer until
Errol's right hand catches fire.
Yes, your right hand catches fire, I guess. Yeah. So your right hand catches fire. You notice that right in front of you, the air has started to shift a little bit, and there's like black dots all over your vision coming up the path. And let me move you guys over here.
I see
can't see
things
shit.
and trees.
I can't
Alright.
see anything.
If you zoom out, it's in the bottom right corner.
You can't because you. I'm
Oh.
lighting, and
Oh, Give
Hold
me
token.
vision on someone's
Hold
token.
hold on, folks.
Me, because I'm the best.
I've got to
Yeah.
add myself to somebody's player sheet real quick.
I'm going to I'm gonna climb one of the trees and kind of try and hide inside of one.
Can you see now?
No. I mean, I'm not technically
There we
taking
go.
part in any of this.
Yeah, but
No, I still
but-
can't see.
you can't see?
Try
No,
reloading the page. Sometimes
Okay,
that does it.
hang on.
Yeah, I need to make sure Twitch sees it though. That's my concern. I think now they can see it. Okay. All right. So you're walking up the path. You hear this buzzing sound, and
On
did
the
I
path.
not-
Like-
Did I not put out that particular? Oh yeah.
You can technically give me if that's possible just the whole map because I'm not participating anyways and I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm gonna give you. Hold on, Zab. Hold on a second.
Difficulties.
Can you see now?
Of the technical variety.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hooray!
There you go. Okay, so coming up the path is a it's like a some sort of insect swarm. So I need everybody to roll initiative.
Did I hide in the tree like I said?
What you roll?
I didn't.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do a stealth check.
Yeah.
We're so fast.
Let's
Yes,
go.
you did hide in the tree. You are currently removed from the world.
You have climbed the tree into another plane of existence.
He can see the shadow fill, man.
Yeah, it's like that. All right, so let me get the little insects here. That's not the insects. Wait,
I saw the 28 first, and I was like, "How'd you get a 28 on initiative?"
No, that would be bonkers.
That's his stealthiness.
It hadn't quite rolled up, so he said roll initiative, and I just saw 28 appear, and I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, good. My favorite thing.
All right,
Yay.
wasp form goes first. Starts to buzz down the path. It's gonna go after Errol as he's closest. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
This is what I get for knowing magic.
I hate insects.
You're probably one of the few people who can actually do.
Does
Decent damage to
14
him.
hit you? Barely. It barely hits you.
Yeah, no,
AC.
that does hurt.
All right, you take 10 points of piercing
Oh my
damage. Ow! 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 Sting! 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 As the wasp is kind of
Confirmation, we
descend
are
on
level
you.
5, right?
Protect Harold.
All right. Worm. There is a swarm of insects underneath your tree, swarming after Errol.
Worm is going to reach into his bag and pull out a flask of oil, throw it down at the wasps and attempt to drench their wings with oil.
All right. Do a athletics check for accuracy.
All right. Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, you chuck the oil out of the tree, and it kind of like flies past the swarm over in this general direction and shatters.
okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to do this. I'm gonna use the help action on Kadar. Be like, hey Kadar, there's a swarm of wasps attacking Errol. Their position is over here right past my tree.
I'm amazed you didn't. I'm amazed you didn't realize that when Errol started screaming, "Ah, fuck wasps!" Ah!
I'm like,
I know from the first perception check that I made that I have severe myopia and
That is
apparently
true.
deafness.
That is true. All right. So you give Cater the help action. Cater, you're up.
Cater says to Worm, "I see it." Cars, and he flings one at the swarm of wasps. Eldritch Blast.
23 does hit, yeah.
Attack rolls because I am level 5. And on the second.
Oh yeah. 10 does not hit. However, 11 does. You watch the swarm dissipate a little bit, but still buzzing quite angrily around Errol. Errol, you have a swarm of wasps.
Who appears displeased. Yeah, I'm gonna use my cunning action to disengage and back up a step.
All right.
And then he's going to hold both of his hands out in front of him and fire a massive jet of flame.
Okay.
So it needs to make a DC 14 Dex save.
Doesn't.
My God. So it takes 5 fire damage.
5 points of fire damage. So yeah.
Mind you, that is a 3d6 in which I rolled a 2, and a 1. So I'm doing great.
Fantastic.
Does you thought the fire would do a little bit more than that?
Yes, I did.
Grimrez.
Well, I gotta run over and help fight off the swarm with my buddy, so. I'm just gonna be ineffectively using my trident as a giant fly swatter and just being like, die bugs.
Die bugs.
Yeah, 9 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh darn, then I will punch the bug.
A 10 does not hit either.
I am not being effective today.
Suddenly I feel a little better.
Alright, so since Errol backed off, the swarm is now going to attack you, Grimrez, because you're right there, unfortunately.
That's fine.
21.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hits.
For 9 points of piercing damage. As the swarm swings back in your direction, you feel all these stinging, angry wasps all over your skin. It's so loud, it's hard to hear things. All right. Worm, you're up.
I'm going to go ahead and knock an arrow and go as an arrow is let loose towards the swarm.
All right.
Hopefully it's like a kebab.
Yeah, 26
Hey.
hits. And a nat 20.
That is a crit.
So that's...
Oh, come on, double that once on damage.
not only is it only normal 5 piercing damage, it doesn't seem to be as effective as you had hoped.
This is going. We're gonna get killed by one swarm of bees.
The deadliest of enemies.
Oh, I love it. All right, Kato.
I'm going.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna do the same thing as I did last time, but on Grimrez, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Grimrez, if you just kind of are accurate enough, you can maybe puncture a few of those bees."
So awful.
It's a
Grimrez,
giant
you are now
fork,
being
not a
helped.
spatula.
All right, Kato, you're up.
I'm moving up a little bit so the tree isn't in the way. I turn to Worm and say, "Your advice is really not that helpful." As in say,
"It's a swarm of bees. What do you want from me?"
Go for the eyes.
For the
Grimrez
eyes.
say, "What is your fascination with fighting with cookware. Stand it. Then Cater pulls out a playing card and flings it at...
Okay.
18 and a 25.
Those both hit. All right, so 17. The swarm is starting to get a little disciplined. Those blasts took out a good number of the wasp each time, and you see a bunch of carcasses now just lying flat across the path. They're buzzing angrily, but they're not as vicious. Errol.
Yeah, at this juncture, he's just going to he conjures up a little more fire and just baseballs it toward him.
Okay. 11 does not hit.
They stung my hand a lot.
Yeah. Your accuracy
like
is a little off.
And then it's like, ow, fire on my stings. Ah.
Abe, shouldn't you be doing 2d10 at level 5?
Eldritch Blast is you get additional casts of it,
Ah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
getting
So
more
it is
dice of
2d10.
damage.
See? Oh, it works
2d10
out.
plus 8, but you have to hit it.
Yeah. All
I
right.
was just double checking.
Grimrez.
I rinse and repeat what I did yesterday, or like last second.
Yesterday.
You have advantage
It lasts this
time.
long.
Ooh, a crit advantage.
Sadly, I don't have advantage because nobody's
I have
flanking or
advantage.
whatever.
You are being helped.
Oh, okay, I do that.
Advantage from Worm's excellent advice.
In that case, lots of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Oh. Wow.
in case they aren't
15.
dead, I will activate Orcish Fury to get an extra 2d6 in there.
So, yeah, do that.
If it's worth
15.
killing, it's worth overkilling.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so 15, 17 divided by 2, 16. It's 3. Okay, so you end
How
up doing
decidedly average.
19 damage to that because unfortunately they're resistant, but they're starting to look pretty weak.
Did
Like,
you get the extra 2d6 there?
yep. Mm-hmm.
And then just for extra, I punch them again.
Do it.
Oh my god, if that kills them.
That does hit, and you do. It's still alive, but there's like 2 or 3 of them left. They're they're kind of puny at this point.
They're not a swarm of wasps, they're an annoyance of wasps.
Yes, basically. So with
So a
half-
swarm of wasps.
they're gonna attack you, Grimrez. This time, does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
All right, so yeah, you just swat the remaining ones off. Worm.
I guess I'm just gonna unleash another arrow to try and get these last 3 wasps. Oh, come on.
Yeah, so you unleash the arrow. With 3 wasps less, you're able to kind of dispatch what little resistance there was. The other wasps kind of fly off.
Okay, Oh, okay.
And there you go. So, after fighting out the wasp, Grimrez and Errol both have little puckered stings all over their bodies, faces.
Yeah, as the adrenaline wears off, you just see Errol just cringe with pain, and he just kind of leans up against a tree to kind of nurse his wounds.
I'll climb down from my tree. I'll say, here, let me go ahead and patch you up a little bit, help you out with that, and
you.
I'll use my healer feat.
Okay.
Bugs don't have any teeth for me to take.
They got
Sure they do.
stingers.
So you heal for 10.
And the maximum number of hit dice, which is 5, so 15 health.
15. There you go.
Well, I mean, I was only missing 10, so thank you.
You're back. All right.
I have
Alright.
lots of little smiley face band-aids.
It's quite cute. Worm's got like a lot of children's band-aids, a lot of Dora the Explorer stuff in there.
I pull out Harold the unicorn and have him look at them.
Yeah, so Grimrez.
And if I care, this would be really emasculating.
Worm, you also see that Grimrez is a little stung up as well. I don't know if he's gonna let you put those type of bandages on him, but that's up to him.
Are you gonna be all right, Grimrez? Do you want me to put some band-aids on your boo-boos?
I'm good at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This one has Xanathar, the happy beholder.
yeah. So you guys, you're gonna be in the dark a second. Just hold on a minute. So you guys begin
in the dark.
Yeah, the dark.
Oh, I'm blind.
So you guys begin to walk off up back down the path. It doesn't take too much longer, and you finally come to the entrance. Before you stands a magnificent stone mansion. You can tell that it was once a grand building, but many years of weather and neglect have left it degraded. There's a wide set of stone stairs that lead to two large closed steel doors. A plaque hangs on the door that reads, Avant-Garde Mansion.
Does the door have a lock?
I will let you know in just a second. Let me get you back on the map here.
Oh, yeah. I see me.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Do you want to reach for the door's handle?
Is there any like sort of windows or anything?
The ones that you can see are very old, dusty. They're not the kind that you could just easily climb into, and you can't look very well into the mansion. When you do look inside, there's just a bunch of dust-covered furniture. The typical outlet of a mansion that's just been sitting there for years and years and years and years.
Right.
You know,
I'm going to attempt to climb up to those windows.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna attempt to what?
To climb up to those windows.
Okay. The windows aren't too far off the ground, and with a little
There are
bit of effort,
first-story windows.
Yeah, they're not really high windows. It's with a little bit of effort, you're able to climb up. The glass, for the most part, has broken in places. The windows themselves do have like wooden, like bar-like structures that go across the facings. You would have to cut through them to actually get in the window.
I guess that's what I'm going to attempt to do.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack. Okay, roll your damage. All right, yeah, it takes you probably about, you're using a rapier for crying out loud. It takes you about 20 minutes or so, but you're able to finally cut through.
Okay. In the meantime,
Yes.
from Mage Hand and try and open the door.
Okay.
It's open.
The door.
I see him cast Mage Hand, and I kind of hold out an arm and I go, "I'll do you one better." And I cast the same Mage Hand, but it's invisible.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, mage hand.
You
Alright.
can't see it. It's invisible.
You open the door with the mage hand very easily. It's not locked, and light spills into the foyer.
Hey.
Okay. So
I don't think we're supposed to see that label that says hidden door.
You're right there.
no, you're not.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That is a thing.
It's okay. I'm putting it out of my mind. There's no hidden doors. Nowhere. This mansion is totally exactly as advertised.
I just thought I'd say that before we the room.
Now it's totally inconspicuous.
There is no hidden door there. What are you talking about?
Totally inconspicuous.
Just when you think you have read most of the things, I did read this whole thing, and you don't catch small things sometimes like that. Who puts hidden door like out? Anyway, okay. So as you walk into the foyer of the mansion,
Except for Worm, who's climbing into the window.
except for Worm, who is currently climbing into the window, and you do eventually make it into the window, Worm, somewhere over here. I'm going to turn off the grid because it's weird at this point. We're just going to use the grid that is on the map. So adjust yourselves accordingly. So eventually, Worm, you come over here on this side of the grid through the window. Everybody else has moved in through the door. As you look around,
as Worm like crawls his way in through the window laboriously, I just wave at him and say, "Hello,
So as you look around, you do see there's a staircase that goes up. There are doors on this side, here, or right there, and there's also a door over here. In front of the staircase, however, there seems to be some sort of old body.
I'm going to kind of look at it, and I'm going to see if I can determine the cause of death in any way.
Okay. When
Guidance.
as you walk towards the body and you kind of examine it, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh, radical.
Body is exploding.
Nah, I think I know what's
Okay. You, as you approach the body on the floor, which has got a nice set of leather armor on, as you walk toward it, you hear a faint scratching sound, and then you look around and then you notice very quickly, moving out of the way as a feral cat jumps out from under the corpse. Wow! And just kind of runs off past you, off into the house, other section.
okay.
Of the
That
house.
is not what I thought it would be.
There's a cat inside this man.
Gross. All right. While he does that, I'm gonna just start going around to every door and checking them for traps.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. On the body, Worm, there is like I said, a nice set of leather armor. It appears to be like a dagger. It says thieves' tools. A little small pouch that has 30 gold pieces. And there's a hand-drawn sketch of the Midnight Violet you're looking for.
I'm like this is like a regular human person,
Yes.
right? So the studded leather armor would not fit me, being a small halfling,
Probably not, no.
right? Is there anything special about the dagger in any way?
Roll a roll. Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am not. I am a man of science.
Okay, so roll one with disadvantage. Okay, with an 11, you look at the dagger. It doesn't seem to have any sort of magical aura that comes from it. It just looks like an ordinary dagger.
Right.
If we have time, I do know identify.
Did I find any traps?
Okay. With an investigation check of 13. The doors, you kind of carefully prod them, making sure that they don't do anything unusual. The doors don't appear to be trapped in any way.
They're clean.
Worm is like, well, he's not going to be needing the dagger anymore. Take
Okay.
the dagger.
You take the dagger.
And I'm looking at the thieves' tools, and I'm like, well, I already have one of these. Anybody else want this? Because I don't really need it.
When it can come in handy.
I he'll take them.
All right.
Okay. Where to next?
All right, one of the doors are up the stairs.
Well, we're all clustered by this door, so let's go through here.
Alrighty.
I open it
will-
with my mage hand.
So, as you guys are beginning to move to the door, you hear a boy's voice whisper off to the right. "Hello, Mr. Tim Tom." And then off from the left says the same voice, "How are you today?"
Damn it, there's no Tim Tams here.
It's a child playing with the dolls or whatever.
Okay, so
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts. Really, no idea what
Giant
this spell
spells.
does.
Lewis, you read the thoughts of certain creatures. Okay, you don't see a creature, you just hear a voice. So
You can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast the spell, or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. Barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead. Can't detect a creature
Right.
with an intelligence of 3 or lower, or one that doesn't speak any language.
right. It seems that the creature's not near you. You're just kind of hearing a voice.
Of
Kinda like an
illusion.
echo.
Open the door.
I think this guy was Tim Tom.
All right.
Probably not.
So you guys gonna open the door to the east? This one here?
That looks to be the plan.
All right. So as you open
With
the
mage hand, of
door
course.
with the mage hand, you open the door, look in. Books and papers have been tossed about the room, and they kind of lay haphazardly on the floor and the desk. Some books lay open, some are open yet upside down. It looks like someone came in and shoved the books from the shelves. Several paintings of a man or a woman with a small girl and older boy are hanging lopsided on the walls or lie on the floor just below where they once hung. All of these paintings have been slashed. A chair sits in the middle of the room facing away from you. It is turned so that it is viewing the only painting that has not been vandalized or moved. The painting is of a beautiful human woman and a young half-elven girl, about 8 or so. The two are in swimwear, sitting on a beach with their legs tucked to their chest, and they are smiling at each other. The woman's outstretched hand caresses the girl's smiling face, and you sense love. A small brass plate at the bottom of the picture frame reads, "True Love."
I'm gonna look at some of these books.
I'm gonna kind of like stare at the painting and look sad.
Okay. You look to the books. They're really old books, mostly about the art of painting. Something that talks about color and hue. Some that talks about finding the right kind of landscapes. Some on painting humanoid forms, and so forth. It would appear that whoever owned this study was likely an artist of some sort.
There's no, like, painter's
I
easel.
It's just the
easel is
portraits.
is the one holding up that painting. True Love.
So it's not on the wall.
Yeah.
Are the paintings slashed with a knife, or were they like torn up by an angry artist?
Do a perception check. From what you can gather, it just seems like that the paintings were likely slash in a fit of either frustration or rage. And
Okay.
knowing some artist, personalities, it might have been the artist that made these slashes, but you don't know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like if it was like torn up, like by like wild claws or something, to be like
It
that
doesn't
wasn't
look,
an artist.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a wild beast tore it up, if that makes sense.
It wasn't just collateral damage. Someone meant to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
What are some of the other pictures?
Yeah, so
Like, are they more of the same? The woman and her daughter, or people in them?
There are several, also some several pictures holding. A lot of them are unfinished pictures, kind of leaning up against the floor. There's dried paints, old rotten brushes. Oh wait, that's the wrong room. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. No, there's just in the study. There's just that particular painting of that woman. It doesn't look like there are other paintings in the room.
Slash paintings.
Yeah. I mean, there's slash paintings, but they're not like. I mean, they don't look like they have been painted recently. They're just kind of like old paintings that you would see some landscapes, a few still lifes, things of that nature. None that resemble the painting that's on the easel.
No people.
No. The only people are the ones on the painting on the easel.
I'm just gonna carefully step past and check this one for traps as well.
Okay. So as you try to go past the chair, you see that it was once exquisitely crafted chair, but appears to have been slashed several times as well. Not by blades. The marks don't look like a blade did it, but by something else. In the chair sits the skeleton of an elven man. His clothes are torn away, and gnaw marks cover his bones.
Oh God, how did I miss that?
He is picked clean of all flesh, and he appears to be staring at the picture hanging on the wall. A piece of faded parchment paper rests in his lap.
Yoink. Just gonna grab that parchment and have a little read.
Okay. The parchment says, I write this knowing that these will be my last words. Even now I feel the madness digging in deeper, clawing at my mind. My dear Eloise, you've escaped this wretched house, and I am thankful. I regret not tucking you in the other night when you asked. My love is eternal, my little doll. Adriana, I'm sorry that I was too late. The madness took hold of you quickly, and in turn, it took your life. We will be together soon, my love. Herbert, my beautiful boy, I am sorry that your ambitions and dreams will never be realized. Know that I don't blame you for what happened. It wasn't your fault. You didn't know. The shame and the horror of what I had to do will haunt me even in the afterlife. That fiend was feeding off of you. His magic cursed everyone. I'm sorry, my son. So very sorry. And so, it is my time to atone for what I've done and not done. I will sit and enjoy my last moments with a goblet of fine brandy and the loveliest of views. Be free, Eloise. I pray that you never return to this forsaken house. Signed, R.A.
Yeah, Errol will read all of this out loud, and then as he finishes, he says, "All right, so there's something fucked up here. We either need to kill it or leave, or both."
I run my fingers along the chair, and I'm like, Yeah. I kind of get how he feels.
We should probably move quickly. Anyway, trap checking.
Okay, so you rolled investigation check for that.
Better.
That is better. The door does not appear to be trapped.
Just gonna mage hand it open.
Okay. You open the door. It looks like a closet that's full of spring and winter outer garments that are kind of shredded and tattered. There's some fishing gear and some outdoor toys.
I am going to rifle through all the pockets, because if there's one thing I know, that they always leave the stuff in someone else's pants. Also, I don't think I should be able to see Elle from here.
No, you should not. Hold on a second. Ah.
Well, now I can't see the room behind me. Did I just get locked in? Okay, good.
The
Be the best.
perils.
It's just not.
The perils.
Oh no, Errol's in peril.
Yeah, peril is in peril.
With his trusty friend Harold.
There you go. Alright, so
There we go. But yeah, I'm seeing what someone left in their other pants.
Yeah. You find, rifling around, you find about 9 gold pieces.
Hey, almost recouped the cost of coming here.
Mm-hmm.
We already did from the corpse we found.
That's also true, but no one
I don't
told me
think
about
anybody
the gold.
actually.
Yeah,
I don't
no one
think
mentioned.
anybody picked up
No
the
one
gold.
claimed the gold, I don't think.
Or looks a little bit sheepish.
But yeah, I come back out. Hey, money!
I'm gonna light a candle and put it on the chair in honor of the skeleton.
Okay.
Oh, like you're not burning it.
No, I'm nah,
For a second, for a split second, I was like, "No, what are you doing?"
I'm being respectful to this man.
Alright. Roll a perception check.
All right.
The skeleton is non-responsive.
I'd hope so.
I did not expect him to be. I was just being a good man.
All right, gonna slide our way back out.
Alright, so you guys make your way back to the foyer. The body still unmoved.
Does
Just wanna make sure
anybody
that there's
want
still-
the money that was on that man?
Yes, please. I'll
Gator stole it already.
Oh. God damn it, Cater.
Remember what I said? The Gator was looking sheepish.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, the money is gone.
Fuck.
Pat took it,
Aha.
and I jingle around my coin purse.
Arrow just rolls his eyes and moves on. Well, since
Cat.
I would have done this if I hadn't seen the note, I'm just going to go ahead and can I roll perception to see if there's any other hidden passages? Ooh.
Sure.
Nope, it's not there. All right.
Passages. Yeah.
Okay, cool. then I will make my way to the opposite door and open it with Mage Hand.
Okay, so you make your way over to the door on the far left. Let me open that up.
I'd also just like to make sure there's still no other thinking creatures around.
You don't sense anything, no.
All right. Spell's probably over by now then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you open the door. Inside, it's what appears to be the artist's studio. There are several easels that are holding unfinished paintings, dried paints, and old rotten brushes kind of sit around.
None of these are still intact or salvageable.
They're not complete, but you could tell that from what has been completed, if you brush away a little bit of the dirt here and there, that the person who did them was a fantastic artist.
Maybe saw the stuff in the other room.
There is searching around the room, you do find one completed painting of a bouquet of purple violets. It is signed at the bottom, A. Avant-garde.
Does it look like the sketch of the Midnight?
I was gonna say, ask him to
Yeah.
hold up the sketch of the thing and hold it up next to the painting and very closely scrutinize,
It
like
most
holding them both an
certainly
inch from
does.
his face. Like,
It- Yeah, it most certainly does. It does look like a midnight violet.
Before
Man.
anyone touches anything, I would like to examine the level of dust in this room
Okay.
on the paintings.
Sure. You walk around. There's quite a bit of dust. Like we're talking like you run across it and there's just it's gross. Probably not quite a half inch thick, just under that of dust. You kind of just wipe it away.
God
But-
damn.
Yeah, it's been here a while.
This
So,
man,
yeah.
he seemed quite.
And
People haven't been
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
entering and leaving this place.
and are there any paints or brushes that were sealed enough to be still salvageable?
For what you look around in there, most of what was there has been long dried up and out of use.
Well, dang. Another check for traps.
Okay. All right.
Much better.
There does not appear to be any sort of trap
I'm-
on the door.
I'm becoming more and more intimately familiar with these doors. All right.
Okay.
Open up.
Okay, so you open the room. Several chairs and loungers surround a coffee table in the center of the room. A copper bowl that sits on the table holds 3 small rocks that supply a dim yet tranquil light. A small stack of books also rest on the table.
Books. I
Gotta-
read the books.
To flip open the book and just see what it's about.
Okay, there's several books on the table. One's called Filthy Halflings. The
I
other,
found the porn.
the other,
Oh
is,
no.
the other is called Spank My Moneymaker.
Guys, I found the porn.
Is that actually what they're
No,
called?
I'm serious, I found
is
the porn.
actual title of the book. Yeah. And there's another book that seems to be quite sensible called Understanding the Gnomish Language.
Nope, that's not porn.
Big.
Who wants this? Who wants this one? It's
Gnome
not porn.
One was like, well, I know Gnomish. Let me see if this book is accurate. Maybe
as-
we'll catch some changes in the language.
You really
as
have,
I
yes.
as I palmed the Gnomish language book off to him, I very quickly and quietly pocket Spank by Moneymaker.
Okay. Yeah, so you hand him, as you try to distract handing him the book, you use your other hand. Make you slide a hand check.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah. You're able to just kind of, real quick,
I am now the proud owner of one erotic novel.
you even managed to keep the dust that and fur that has kind of settled on the book a little bit. You kept it to a minimum.
I
shoving
don't
it inside
even
your
know
coat.
how I did that. I think
Pretty
that's
amazing.
physically impossible.
Yeah.
So what? Like, I'm gonna try and flip through this gnome book, and I'm gonna like try and see if there's like you know how language changes over time.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any like differences between the language and the language of what they're speaking here and the language of what they're speaking now.
Do a history check. With the advantage, since you know Gnomish.
Right.
I cast guidance on you.
Alright, so 22, yeah, a natural 20. Yeah, I mean, like, there are some changes, obviously, because language does not stay the same. A few changes in word, in letter arrangement, some archaic words that you're not exactly familiar with. But overall, the grammar structure is the same. And this is definitely a good beginner's book on understanding the Gnomish language.
Right. So I couldn't be able to tell maybe how many years this was back then. How the arrangements were.
Centuries.
I mean, it's pretty old. Like, the last time that you remember reading about a book changing in that manner was several hundred. The language changing in that manner was several hundred years ago.
Good news, this isn't centuries old.
So several hundred years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as if whatever is going on here, these are books published several hundred years ago. I can tell this language is much different than what we have today. Something isn't quite right here, whatever is going on. I doubt that Midnight Violet would survive as long as it has without proper care from some person or individual.
Certain that the Midnight Violet is some sort of magical flower.
He said it was in a greenhouse. We're in the house, so check out the backyard.
If it is in a greenhouse, that would mean somebody might be tending to the Midnight Violet.
Also, if you're done with that book, can I borrow it? I like talking to people.
Oh, yes, here. And I hand him the book. It's probably not going to help him learn Gnomish as good as I am, because it's 100 years old.
All right.
It's similar enough.
All right, so now you have a book of understanding Gnomish language. If you study this book over the period of 30 days, you will have proficiency in Gnomish.
Hooray. I
Or
now
at least archaic
own
Gnomish.
I now own one of the books from here, right? Wink.
Yeah. You're going to walk up to somebody and be like saying the equivalent of forsooth in Gnomish.
You're going to be talking Old England.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I think that so far we've ignored the second most interesting thing in this room.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Spake by Moneymaker.
What
bowl containing
Make a
glowing
perception
rocks.
check.
What do you mean?
Yeah, who other than everybody other than Errol. Everybody other than Errol, make a perception check.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's
Grim is so out of place in a library.
All right, Worm, you're just kind of.
I'm looking at the Filthing Halfling book.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like,
Grim Kidder, you notice that Spank My Moneymaker is missing. It's gone.
Errol is stone faced, by the way. Like his eyes are already on the next door.
Do a deception
Just
check.
my awakened mind to whisper directly to Errol. It's okay. I know the cat took it.
Errol will just
This
turn.
bowl of glowing rocks,
Yes.
which we still haven't talked about.
Yes.
It's fine.
There are.
is the
They are
bowl glowing.
They are 6-inch flat circular stones, and they radiate a soft light. They seem to fill up about the light goes up about 15 feet from the rocks themselves.
Interesting.
What do you think exactly makes these rocks go? Is it some sort of mechanism or perhaps a magical spell of some sort?
Oh yeah, I was going for the door, but now I heard about magic. Can I make like an Arcana check on
Sure.
the rocks?
Sure.
I mean, I don't actually have Arcana, but hey, 22.
Wait, you're not proficient?
No,
Okay, so you get an 8.
I
Yeah.
thought not
Make
being
the
proficient
check.
only
I
makes
am
it
proficient.
that I don't get the proficiency bonus.
The way the way I do it is that if you're proficient, you get a normal check. If you don't, you're disadvantaged. So I don't like to.
For specifically identifying magical items,
Mm-hmm.
it is very difficult.
All right, whatever.
But with an 8, it
knew
looks
it should
magical.
Hey.
And are you proficient?
I go from the
proficient.
door. I go from the door to the rocks, and then back to the door.
Okay. Cater, are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's magic. It's some sort of illuminating magic that comes from within it. It's a faint spell. It's not anything amazing, but it's like a weaker version of a light cantrip.
An imbued cantrip.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Enchantment of some sort.
But they sell it for some value to some people who don't know any better.
It's quite the thinking.
It's for the door.
All right. Yeah. It does appear to be trapped.
I am 100% certain on this.
Okay. Gonna open the door. Mage handing it, I'm sure.
Of course.
All right. And oddly, this room is much colder. As you open the door, a blast of almost chilly air reaches in.
Like, you just watch. Would you just watch all of Errol's hair just fly backward, and his eyes kind of shut, and he's like, "Ow."
In the middle of the room is a grand 4-poster bed with gold-colored curtains. The curtains are all closed all around. A dresser and chest of drawers on each side of the bed. A small, intricately carved wooden cup and a silver hairbrush rest on one of the dressers.
Loot the everything!
I don't know whose room this is, and I'd feel quite embarrassed if I found out it was of the lady variety.
If there's one thing I know about noble bedrooms, it's that the best stuff is under the bed. I'm gonna look under.
Grim will all of that information and check under the bed.
All right. So as you go to look under the bed sheets burst open, and you hear you hear this awful wail. Outside 2 ethereal blue legs. The feet drop to the floor, and a human woman in her late 30s steps out. She is not noticed you. She walks to the dresser, reaches for a hairbrush, and passes through her hand and begins to brush her light blue ethereal hair. She appears to be unaware that she is even holding a hairbrush.
She is not holding the hairbrush, though.
And this is the
Right.
dresser, mind you.
I think that's the vanity she goes to, actually. Or the
Oh yeah. The point is, she's right in front of me.
yeah, she's right in front of you.
Do you see? This is why you don't go looking through a lady's room. Especially not a lady's room in a 100-year-old mansion.
She's just brushing her, and all of a sudden she looks over and she goes, "You there? Where have you been? It seems like I've been calling for help forever," she says sternly. She gets up with her hands on her hips. "I need you to find Roland. Tell him he needs to get out of the study and come back to bed. He's been spending far too much time in there, and I miss him. The last lot of you that I sent to find Roland never came back. I don't know what they are up to. It better not be sneaking into his brandy collection. That will upset Roland very much. Now go on, go find him."
Yeah. As soon as she addresses him, Errol just snaps upright and stands straight for the entirety of this berating / order. and as soon as she's done, he will bow at the waist to her and say, "Yes, my lady, he'll bring Roland here post haste," and he'll just start shuffling away.
Okay.
I was gonna say Grimrez would have the opposite reaction of just probably whack his head on the bed accidentally and go, "Brandy, where?"
Worm is just like blushing this whole time, like, oh, I'm in a lady's room and she's telling me to go find someone to put in her bed.
Yeah, I hurriedly check the door for traps.
Okay, so also you notice as the bed came up that there is a corpse of some sort inside of the bed itself. You check the door for traps. Go ahead, roll.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no traps on the door. You open the door and it's back to the main foyer that you were in before.
Oh, good, my favorite.
Wait,
I'll
she
Go
said
and get
the
skeleton
one's
from the
name was
study.
Roland.
Roland, yes, Rolen.
Well, I was asking the party this character.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Roland. Why?
I would assume it is likely the R.A. that was signed at the bottom of the letter.
Exactly.
As Errol kind of steps out, he kind of has a double take with himself as he realizes exactly what he was just told to do, and he says, "Oh, we gotta put the skeleton in the bed, don't we?"
I mean, it is her husband, presumably.
I gotta touch the skeleton and then put him in a bed.
Oh, don't worry. Dead bodies are entirely safe to touch as long as you are absolutely 100% certain they do not carry disease such as plague or pox
There were these
Or-
wasps.
or cats
Cats?
or cats,
Cats.
as in what happened to the last body.
Grimrez, as you linger in the room, she says,
Grimrez, what are you doing?
"Get out! Go!"
Sorry, I was AFK letting out the dog.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Right.
right.
Alright, let's go get rolling. Can't keep the lady waiting.
I'm entirely fine with touching dead bodies as long as I'm respectful about it.
So much for the candle.
Can I roll like a medicine check on the body, see if there's such a thing as disease and plague and pox or kittens inside of this person?
I believe it's a skeleton.
Sure.
Skeletons can still carry disease.
Do a medicine check.
Have a bone marrow disease.
Dude,
It's on you, so you can roll the d4
people
to that.
people are disgusting.
Oh, I can roll the d4 from your blast, huh?
12.
12.
This skeleton died a long time ago. His wound. You've got enough of a sense to know his death was probably caused by his own hand, rather than some sort of external force.
Right.
Yes. For we also do know that something was numbing on him.
Yes, there are gnaw marks. Yes.
Are they
I'm
small enough to be the cat that we already scared away?
Yeah, I mean, they could be the cat. Or cats. There are multiple gnaw marks.
Plural.
Make
guess
sure they're
I'll,
not human gnaw marks.
No,
I'll put
they don't
on
look
some. I'll put on some gloves, and then just try and drag the skeleton.
All right. Do
Mage
a
hand?
strength check.
Mage hand, you said?
I'm him lift the skeleton with mage hand.
Okay.
It only lifts like
Yeah.
pounds tops.
Yeah.
It's not a heavy manual labor hand. It's more of
Skeletons don't weigh that much.
they weigh more than 10
enough.
pounds.
They weigh more than 5 pounds.
Yeah. Skeletons, yeah, I mean, they don't weigh as much as they did in real life, but they still weigh enough.
That's probably still like 50 pounds
Yeah,
at least.
For sure. So, strength of 6. Yeah. Get somebody to help you.
I'll grab the ankles.
Okay. So between the two of you, you managed to grab the skeleton, who's very old,
Yeah, well,
very smelly.
I'll lead the way back to the bedroom.
All right. So eventually, you grab the skeleton, take it back to the bedroom.
Long story short, there.
Yeah. So you take it back to the bedroom, and
And as we come in the door, and I'll say, Hello, your ladyship. We brought you Roland. He's a little tucked out from being in the study all day. We'll just drop him here.
All right. So yeah, you kind of drop him into the bed.
Yeah, we'll put him there. We'll lay him in.
We'll weekend at Bernie's.
You open the bed curtains to lay Roland's remains down. Adriana looks over at the bed. She smiles and walks back over. Her ghostly figures cocoons over her own remains inside the bed as she gets in. And as you watch, Adriana wakes up only slightly. She looks at you and then at her husband. She keeps her eyes on him as she caresses her skeletal cheek with her ethereal hand. She says, "Thank you," very quietly. "You may go
I
now."
get uncomfortable and walk out.
And then, all right.
Something that you said, Will?
She says, "Thank you. You may go now." And she lays closer to him, snuggles, and dissipates.
Don't gotta tell me twice. Next door. Gonna.
There you
Perfect.
That might be her closet or something.
go.
Well, then I will be told to leave when I open it.
All right, so you open the closet. Is it a closet? Yeah, it is a closet. It's
Oh
just
my
a
God.
normal closet. Sorry. It's just a normal closet. Some older clothes, dresses, things of that nature. Some boxed hats, things like that.
I do peer back over my shoulder at the bed, at the inert skeletons. And I just slip past the corner of the doorway and start rifling through pockets.
Oh, sweet Paylor, do have some decency.
All right. You
Decency
do.
is for the lordship.
This time, these pockets have been pretty clean, or they just didn't leave anything in there. You only found about 2 gold worth.
Yeah, he's in and out quickly though, so he's just
Yeah.
like, all right, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and we're out.
All right. So, having cleared that out, I also wanted to mention that in room C, where the reading room was, you looked out the window. If you looked out the window, there was a large pile of rubble that impeded any further progress that way. So the only way up left to you now is the stairs. Mm-hmm.
And,
Isn't that where the cat went?
Yeah, the cat sprang off that direction. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and be stealthy as I go up these stairs because I know there's a cat willing to pounce out of corpses.
All right.
all right, up
Go.
the cat stairs. Oh, jeez.
Okay, so you guys just hold on. I got another set of tokens for you.
He did it.
You're gone. Like, where did you go?
I'm
have
also
exited the
gone.
portal plane.
So yeah, hold on a second. We're gonna.
Don't feel the need to hide.
You guys are gonna disappear again.
We share a shadow.
And then reappear not too far from here.
Hey, rooms.
All right. So, as you walk up the stairs, you notice that there appears to be almost like a small little room that's right in front of you, and then there's a hallway that leads to at least 2 other rooms. And if you look over the little ledge here, it's a balcony, and you could see down into the foyer below.
Oh, this ledge?
Yeah,
Like
this
here?
right here. Sorry, this ledge right here. There's a little railing that goes across.
Oh,
and you can
okay.
see
I
down
just saw
into-
the outline of your black circle there.
Yeah.
Because the black is surprisingly blending into the dark.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it. I see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so there's a ledge in that direction. There are 2 doorways that go down the hall from which you could see Cater. And then there's the doorway that's over here. The small room.
Doors, 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 doors.
Okay, that does not appear to be trapped. However, give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You do hear a faint scratching sound coming from behind the door. And almost like a...
Zombies!
Okay, Grimrez, you are at the fore.
I will prepare to attack anything on the other side of the door while they mage hand open the door.
Alright.
Squeeze.
I'm gonna hide behind
Open
this
the door.
corner and wait for something to come around it.
Alright. You open the door, and it appears to be like a 5x5 box that has enough room for maybe one person. There's a little rope and pulley system that is used to what appears to be to raise and lower it.
Oh my god, it's the dumbwaiter.
Yeah, it's like a dumbwaiter. But what
How
is
dare you
most
insult it.
important?
No, not.
What is the most important is that on the leaning against the wall of the dumbwaiter is a corpse that looks up and goes,
And it gets stabbed.
stab it. That hits.
Oh my god, he stabbed it so good.
That almost takes it down. So, yeah, so you stab it really good. It's kind of surprising. You stab it again. Because you reduced it to 2, you just kind of flops over.
And as
I only had a prepared action to stab once, so.
Yeah.
And then as I watch this happen, and I watch the trident draw desiccated blood, and it flops over, I just very carefully slip my mage hand up to manipulate the pulley system to make it go up.
Actually goes down.
Okay, make it go down. It's like stab, stab, and down.
All right, so the elevator
Something tells me the kitchen is closed.
goes down and disappears. You look down into the kitchen, and you hear more of those similar sounds.
Let's not go in the kitchen.
And you see, looking down, several corpses begin to descend on your desiccated corpse and begins to eat out of the elevator. That corpse.
Gross.
Yeah. Gross.
Anyway.
Lovely.
That's one word for it.
More doors, more doors.
Hold
Alright.
the doors.
Errol. That door does not appear to be trapped.
I'm gonna open it with a squeeze.
And let's see. It opens. Yeah. And there's a plaque outside of the door. It's decorated, the door is decorated with prancing ponies and dancing unicorns, and a small plaque on the door reads, Eloise.
I just anticipating. I draw from my pack Harold the Pink Unicorn.
Okay. You open the door. Inside, it obviously belonged to a girl. The walls alternate in color from pink to purple and are decorated with paintings of ponies and unicorns and other equine animals. Sets of shelves containing various ornate porcelain dolls lie at either side of the bed. The room has been kept very tidy, despite the dust, and everything seems to be put in its place. The bed is covered in a very nice linens, though quite ruined, but not slashed, like most of the items in the house. And there's a leather-bound book, as you look on the bed, that's titled The Diary of Eloise.
Oh, do I commit a horrible violation of privacy right now? She's been dead for centuries. Well, first thing he's going to do is he's going to approach the bed and set Harold down next to the pillow.
Okay.
Because that was probably hers. Or she would like it. Either
That was
or.
nice of you. She would appreciate that.
And, I mean, it's not like I'm going to do anything with it. And then I will grab the diary and tentatively start to read.
Okay. So, here is the diary of Eloise. So, inside there's there's several entries, normal girl life, but toward the end it gets kind of interesting.
And it just kind of skip through that. No, don't care about the play date. Nope, no.
I keep hearing the whispering, the name Mr. Tim Tom. It rides on the breeze, it fills my ears so softly. Hello, Mr. Tim Tom. How are you today? Today he talked to me, this Mr. Tim Tom. We talked about so much. About the kitties, my dollies, Herbert, Mommy and Daddy. It was nice to have someone to talk to. And then another entry. Herbert, I don't know what he's doing in there all day. I think I heard him sneaking about the house last night. Herbert's birthday was yesterday and he only came out for a little while. Just long enough for presents and cake. He's been acting odd. I wonder if it has to do with the basement. I went down there today. No one ever does. It's gross. It's wet, smelly, spiderwebs everywhere, and even the kitties don't go down there. I found something, a hole in the wall, and a hidden room with a pedestal. Then I got cold and scared, so I came back upstairs. And then another entry. We spoke again today, Mr. Tim Tom said he will come and see me soon. Exciting! I asked Mommy and Daddy about Herbert, why he spent so much time in his room and never let anyone in. They just said that he is a growing boy and that's what growing boys do. Mr. Tim Tom, he tells me he will be here tomorrow and that we will have a celebration. I told my parents, but they just looked at me and said, oh, honey, I doubt we will have any visitors tomorrow. And then another entry. Mr. Tim Tom, he did come. He's downstairs right now. I'm going down to see him. Oh, I'm so scared. Mr. Tim Tom isn't nice at all. Herbert stands by his side all the time and does whatever Mr. Tim Tom tells him to do. He's very bossy, grouchy, and mean. And I hope he's gone tomorrow. He told me to go to my room like I had been bad or something. And then another entry. Everything is so wrong. Daddy had to. I know he had to. Herbert is dead. Herbert, they carried him under the stairwell and down to the basement. Mr. Tim Tom is gone. I don't know where he went. I heard Daddy talking or singing to him before he and Mommy put Herbert in the basement. Mommy and Daddy are so sad. They aren't acting like themselves. Daddy especially. He's become very mean and hateful. He just sits in his den all day. He's even started sleeping in there. And a final entry. Mommy is dead now. I don't know how, but she is. Daddy just left her in their bed. I still hear him whispering to me. All of the cooks and staff, we had to lock them in the kitchen. They've changed into awful creatures. It's just me and Daddy. I'm scared. When Daddy hugs me, it feels so hollow. I can hear them moving around in the kitchen. I heard a terrible noise in the den today. I just barely opened the door and peeked in. Books were lying everywhere and all the paintings on the wall had been slashed. All except his favorite, True Love. I just ran to my room. Daddy's banging on the door. As you finish, and I'll show this here, as you finish that last entry, make a perception check.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Oh God, this is truly. Oh my God, I'm honestly, I've got goosebumps
Oh god,
right now.
fuck me.
As you finish up, you look around. You notice that the dolls
Oh, me.
have started to wake up,
Uh-oh.
and they have gotten up and are now headed your
This
way.
is so creepy, Will.
I need you to roll initiative.
Grimmer's help!
Oh god, Will, this is so creepy.
They're just
Beyond
dolls.
porn.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
Warren's like, nope.
Well, to be fair, he's not really
Actually-
paying attention. He's just
actually-
like, they're just dolls.
Actually, as I notice them get up, can I just snatch Harold off the bed real fast?
Sure. I'll let you.
Yeah,
do that.
I'll just. What's that?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay, I'll just snatch Harold back up and back up.
Okay, so Harold isn't evil.
Harold's fine. Harold is not
Harold's
going to
good.
attack me for my kindness.
If Harold animated, that would have been disturbing.
Yeah, no, that would have been bad. I was carrying that. Probably ate all my rations.
Suddenly
Little,
a stuffed unicorn horn in like your spleen.
little bastard probably ate all my rations.
Porcelain
Okay.
dolls swarm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the most common of all monsters.
So, at the top of the round, the porcelain doll swarm toward the back is going to get up and move your direction, Errol. Moving right here.
I'm displeased.
It's going to... The dolls start trying to bite and claw at you. They suddenly have like these razor sharp claws. One bite, one claw.
Are these like those like old school like porcelain dolls?
Oh yeah. For 4 piercing damage from the bite,
Ow. Oh my god.
7 slashing damage from the claws.
Ow. Ow.
Sab has a point. She's also playing at night, so she would have to go to bed after this adventure.
There we go. There's my health. It's good times.
These dolls are creepy. All right, Grimrez. You
Like
see,
they're just getting my shins. I'm just like ow, ow.
you see this horde of creepy dolls begin descending towards Errol. Sorry, Zap.
Oh, sorry, I was coughing. I will advance towards her into the room and like just stab at the one harassing Harold.
Oh, just the unicorn, not me.
We don't care about you.
Yeah, he's off, man.
All right. All right. Was 14 misses, unfortunately.
And then I'll punch it. Nope.
Nope. You're
Grimrez,
trying to
why?
misses. There's a bunch of dolls kind of just like start running and getting up and clawing, and it's just chaos. And you try to punch one, and just kind of it's moving a little bit too quickly for you. Cater.
All right. And to absolutely hate me.
Oh no. Define hate.
I'm going to run to the corner of the room.
There are no
Spell
active.
magic.
Oh.
The doll swarms. Construct. They must be animated by magic.
Got a point.
That's one creature though.
On
Huh. Huh. Okay.
Did you anticipate this?
No. No, I did not. and this is not my one shot anyway, so I kind of
Hey, if it works.
yeah.
We'll say animate objects is a 5th level
Fifth
spell.
level? Okay, so it needs to be 15?
Ability check using your spellcasting ability.
15.
That's
It's a DC.
1d20 plus 7.
Oh!
Pardon my language.
Just under the DC. Yeah, you cast the spell, the things keep coming.
Get that to work.
Alright.
You magicked wrong!
Crap.
Let's see. The next swarm is going to go after you, Errol.
Of course it is. Is it going to roll absurdly well?
It's going to attempt to bite. No, it's
No.
not.
They fall over themselves.
They actually end up hurting themselves a bit. A few of the dolls kind of break. They are porcelain dolls. They kind of break as they attempt to attack you. We'll try to claw. 12 misses as well. So
Yes,
you're
it
safe
does.
from that. Worm.
Hold on, why does it suddenly say my armor class is 3?
Worm's gonna let loose an arrow at this one in the back.
There we go. Now it says 13, like it should.
Short bow. 8. 8
Okay.
misses.
Okay. I'm going to help Errol and say, aim for the heads. It's more than likely hollow, and they're also the easiest thing to hit.
All right.
What does help do again?
It gives you advantage on your next
Advantage.
attack.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to disappoint you.
Radical.
All right. Errol
Running for the hills.
throws out his hands again, and the room completely ignites.
Oh.
What is
So
the
the-
building made out of?
Burning hands. It's definitely not.
That's a 15-foot cone of fire. So I'm catching all 3 of these ones.
Let me check what the building's made out of again and set it on the. It's a stone mansion, so
Probably
you're
not
not
gonna
gonna
probably not gonna burn the house
probably
down.
fine. Probably fine. Ooh,
This is
that's
why I
really
pocketed
good.
Harold beforehand, by the way.
So DC 14.
Or see, that's a much better damage roll.
That one makes it.
So they take half of that.
That one fails. And
I-
you did this one too.
I was catching the 3 furthest toward the back, not the one next to
Okay, so
not the one
these.
next to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a 15-foot cone.
Okay, great. And that failed as well. So this one that already got hit takes the least amount of damage. So it took 8, and the others take 16. Several of the porcelain jaws just burst as you let out a jet of flame.
Well, yeah, they all got fake hair. That shit's flammable as hell.
I recommend that run out of this room and lock these little there.
All right. The next swarm is actually caught behind the other swarms, so you look out
Trying
there.
to crawl over each other.
Yeah, you look out there. This swarm here, however, is going to attack you. 14 for 4 piercing damage.
Ouchies.
And that one misses, and claws the one next to it for 6
Actually, hold
slashing
on.
damage.
I could swear I have more AC than this. Let me check what leather armor does again.
Sure.
It's 11 plus dex.
Yeah, so if it's 11 plus dex, I have 14 instead of 13. I don't know why it snapped itself down to 3.
Okay, so you have 14. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
So that just hits you.
Yeah, it
For
still hits
4
me.
Yeah.
It still hits me. That was just bothering me.
Yeah, that's fine. Sheets are.
So I take 4 piercing.
Yes, 4 piercing damage. The
Ouch.
back to the top. The dolls in front of you are going to also attack Grimrez now. Kind of divide the pain. That misses. That also misses. Grimrez's AC is 15.
15.
All right. So none of those hit you. You definitely hold back the swarm of porcelain dolls. Grimlace, you're up.
I will return the favor and try and punch and stab the things away from me.
Do it. Yep. 14 misses. 25 does it, though. And you just kind of smack a few more of them. Some more of the porcelain jaws just kind of burst as your hand kind of travels through one or two of them. Cater.
I humbly request again that we run from this room and lock these SOBs in there. It's the only doll that I can see, so I'm just going to hit him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, those both hit.
That second hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And they're actually
Out the second
vulnerable.
card. It turns out that the card that I've thrown is the tower, and suddenly just a massive of force just appears above the porcelain dolls and just smashes them.
They're actually vulnerable to force damage, so you actually do twice the amount of damage that you did there. So
Does it survive 42 damage?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. I think you got him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you got one.
Pile of parts.
I think he has an insane amount of hit points for these.
God.
So yes, that attack, you got him. Boosh! They all burst, and a spray of porcelain just flies all over the room.
Okay,
That's
that
one of them.
makes slipping out of the room much easier.
This one over here is going to attack you again, Errol.
Errol's just a glutton for toy punishment.
I look.
As a
6
free
piercing.
action, I want to shout, "Thank me when this is over."
Ugh.
Oh my god!
5 slashing, so 11 points of damage from that. Just
This is bad.
Errol's looking rough as these dolls are just all over him.
Why does everything swarm me?
Are you going to
You
disengage
jump
out of the
out
room?
there. Worm, you're up.
Short bow attack against this one? Question mark.
Sure. Good.
Class are you, Worm?
He's a rogue, I do believe.
He's a
Yes.
mastermind.
Yeah, 18 hits.
3 rogues.
18 hits.
All right.
Yeah. He asked for rogues and or healers.
Okay.
Or a rogue killer.
You-
Either one.
That's not a thing.
And I guess bonus action help on Errol and be like, "Hey, you might want to get out of there. They're swarming you quite well.
Shut up.
I have plenty of band-aids still, don't worry.
They're biting me in the larynx.
Errol,
That's not where they're biting you."
Errol, you're pretty bad off. You might want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use cutting action, disengage, and
Run.
well, actually, first I'm gonna burning hands them again.
Do it. Okay.
Just more fire, more fire,
fire.
all the fire.
Succeed. Succeed. So.
And it's
6.
rounded down.
Round for 5. All right. So. All right.
A
Yeah,
vastly less effective burning hands, and then I'm going to use cutting action, disengage, and leave.
Yes. Okay. So you disengage. Head out. A few more
No
dolls
crap.
burst as you do. These
Actually
dolls.
see your health bar.
It's bad. He is bleeding from many places.
From your everything.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
It's like you know when you shoot a water barrel a bunch of times and like all the little tiny spouts of water are coming out. It's that, but with red.
Grimrez, you're getting attacked by the other swarm. So
What was that?
4 and 7,
Yeah.
so 11 points of damage, piercing and slashing.
Why does it say they're making dexterity attacks?
They're not.
Those were saves from my burning hands earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
just those 2 hits then.
Yeah, just 2 hits. So you got 11.
No, they
damage
did
total.
not attack him 5 times.
Yeah, I was confused. So I'm gonna uncanny dodge that one that did 7, so I only take
Okay.
7.
Great.
Shit, it's been so long since I played. I forgot I had that.
All right, this one up
Shut up.
here is also going to move down and attack you, Grimrez, because unfortunately you are standing in the door. That misses. And that misses. So this one does not. Both those attacks do not hit you.
Nope.
At the top of the round, that one is dead. If I can get it to move it. Okay. That one is dead, so we're going to get rid of that. Grimrez, you're up.
I will go ahead and stab the one getting me, and then I will back out and close the door.
Okay.
I take that back. I will. Actually, yeah. I'll stab one of them, cunning action, disengage, and close the door.
Okay.
I gotta go AFK for like a second. Be right back.
All right. Yeah, 11 misses.
Oh well, and then I'll back out.
So
And
you,
close the
you
door.
back out of the room and shut the door. Sound of scraping porcelain dolls is all that is left of what you hear. For the moment, you're out of combat.
Oh, I'll think that they don't know how to open doors, right?
Well, I'm standing here
That's a
waiting for them to do
reasonable
something else,
assumption.
so.
Do you to like jam this door shut?
I can. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Was there like a knob or a handle on the door?
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Is it like a handle or a knob?
Yeah, it's like a doorknob, like a regular knob.
Okay. I'm going to take out my hempen rope, and I'm gonna tie. I'm gonna tie some rope to the doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go over here, stretch it out, and tie the other end to the thing, the railing,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that I can. Yeah. So that I can keep the door shut.
Do a sleight of hand to see your skill with the knot.
All right.
I will cast guidance on you, so you
All
can
right,
add
you
the
have
D4.
guidance. Okay. Go ahead and roll your d4. All right, 17. Yeah, it seems pretty solid. The door is now
Errol has collapsed against the wall.
I don't think I can use my healer feat on him again because I already did it.
Yep.
Yeah, so you hear the scraping and sounds in the room slowly begin to subside, as it seems like the dolls have given up chase.
Hate porcelain.
This is so creepy.
I can't really do much to fix your wounds. You're gonna have to hang in there for just a minute.
You guys go first.
Probably a good idea. And I'm gonna go on over to this door.
Okay. So getting rid of
Sure.
this.
I wanna like creak it open and try and like peek inside.
Okay.
Yeah, Errol's just like tearing strips of cloth off of something and slowly, at least stopping the bleeding.
You have found what it is, a bathroom. basically, let me see. As you open the door, a cat skitters through and out past the party and runs down the hall, down the steps.
You keep finding all the cats.
You noticed.
Or the cat knows how to open doors.
You notice that the cat doesn't know how to open doors.
Unless they do.
They don't. Mansion
That's the
doesn't have
thing.
cat doors yet.
Yeah, I mean, like they don't have like cat doors, but yeah.
Cats are smart, man.
But yeah, so the fixtures in the bathroom are high quality. The only thing odd is like the mirror is cracked and it has Mr. Tim Tom scribbled across it in some sort of reddish writing.
This Mr. Tim Tom individual, clearly not somebody that we're going to want to run into here. I'm hoping we can just find these damn plants and get out of here.
Bless you.
Bless you.
My assistance to the situation.
Right. And I guess I'll do much of the same. I'll just try and, like, sneakily open up this door and creak and peek inside.
Okay. So you open this room. A sign made from a scrap piece of paper next to the door says, in yellow paint, "Herbert's room, keep out." And this room, although the door was closed, is very untidy. The bed is unmade, and in the middle of the mattress you see a rather large pooled brown stain. Several strange symbols are etched into the walls and drawn on the floor. Candles of all sorts sit on the desk, shelves, and even on the floor. Several piles of dried and withered plants lay on the desk, and a cracked mirror with the name Mr. Tim Tom written across it in a brown substance lies on the floor.
Nope. I slammed the door shut.
It's
You hear Errol call out from his spot. What did you see?
More demonic stuff. Tim Tom, Tim Tom, Tim Tom. Everything with this Tim Tom character, nothing with, damn Midnight Violet.
We're still searching the wrong place for a plant, probably.
More than likely, but...
The diary mentioned there was something in the basement under the stairwell.
Oh, well, should probably check under the stairwell, then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why don't you let me give you a hand, Errol? It
Sure.
doesn't seem like you should be
I w-
walking around much.
I would have offered, but I am small, halfling, old man.
So many tiny teeth.
I say that as I use the banister to climb down instead of the stairs.
Okay. So you guys... You guys descend back down the stairs. Let me get you back over there. A moment.
Oh, there we are.
So you guys descend back down the stairs. You do know from the book now that there is a hidden door.
Oh my god! Holy crap, dude!
Oh, what a thought!
Yeah,
That's
I know, right?
Totally bodacious.
Had no idea that was there. So yeah, you open the. Are you gonna open the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
I think we should actually just look at it for a while, see if it opens itself.
Check it for traps.
Yeah, I mean you can do that too.
I do it myself, but I think my hands are now mostly teeth marks.
Okay, so go ahead and roll checking for traps.
Alright, I'll do that.
Oh wait, no, it's investigation for
Yeah,
that.
it's
Never mind.
investigation for that. Okay, doesn't appear to be trapped.
I'll just open it up.
All right, you open
Yeah.
it up. The basement. You opened it up, and the smell of old earth and years worth of just comes out of the basement in a rush. It's not the best smell in the world. And
Ugh.
yeah, you look down a staircase that descends into the deep darkness of the basement. You don't see anything moving, however.
Well, unless we're using a light, would you like me to take front lead with my dark vision?
I'm gonna turn on my hooded lantern.
Okay. So you turn on the hooded lantern. You guys go descend into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys begin to walk down into the basement. It's not a long drop, but it is. It does take you a bit, being ever so careful, going down the steps, and eventually, you do come to what is the basement.
That's a big ass basement.
Several pillars lead in, and what appears to be, you can tell that the area was never meant for common use. The floor is made of dirt and gravel. And as you look around the area, you notice it looks to be larger than above the foyer. Several stone columns have been erected to support the foyer, even though the floor is in natural earth. Walls have been built along the edges. Off to the right, you can make out a rectangular box resting on two piles of stone. Directly ahead of you, there's a hole in the wall.
It also mentioned that there was something in the hole. Ow.
I will look down the hole.
Okay. The hole is about 4 foot tall and 3 foot wide. Peeking inside, you see a black stone pedestal that has been engraved with menacing faces of horned creatures. Nothing currently sits on the pedestal.
That's not good.
So it's a pedestal that something's supposed to go on?
Yes.
Oh, it's
grab
probably
Harold.
in the box over here.
I grab Harold out of my pack.
I
Put Harold on the thing.
Okay. You set.
I made hand Harold over to the pedestal.
You set Harold the unicorn on the pedestal. Nothing happens.
Damn it. Alright, fine, give him back.
All right.
I assume that I can climb into the hole, right?
It being 4 foot tall and 3 foot wide, probably, yeah.
A little bit of a squeezing.
I'm just gonna take out my rapier and be like, should we open the
Let's check out
box?
the chest.
Okay. So you open the box.
Check the box for traps.
Okay. Go ahead. It does not appear to be trapped. So you open the chest, or the large rectangular box, and inside is the semi-preserved body of a half-elf teenage boy. A large badge of blood covers his shirt. His hands lay along his sides, and even though he is dead, you do not feel he is at peace. A small wooden chest sits at his feet.
I'm beginning to think that Savior didn't really want the Midnight Violet. I don't think he was telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that we put our trust into the wrong person, and that maybe we probably should have just kept going to home.
We could leave.
Can leave.
There's nothing stopping us from walking out, is there?
There's not, but I don't think that I'd have a good conscience knowing that these children aren't at peace.
That one's the boy,
Parents,
right?
please.
That is a boy, yes.
So if the girl wasn't in her room, where'd her body go? Because I'm pretty sure I set that on fire.
I'm gonna walk up. I don't know how ghosts or magic or anything like that works. I'm usually someone who's a bit more into the realistic and scientific explanation of things, but little boy, if you're here, what's the matter? What's wrong?
Make a perception check. You wait, listen. There are a few scratching sounds, a few old house noises and creaks. No response.
Oh, we tried. Let's go.
If there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. I know how it feels. I'm a father. I am quite concerned with the well-being of you and your sister and your family.
Perhaps try it in Elvish?
I'm gonna try it in Gnomish, since I saw the Gnomish book. I'm gonna say in Gnomish, is there anything I can do to help?
You wait. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, nothing. Just silence.
We're really
I'm gonna
bad at
repeat
this.
them, but my Gnomish is very bad, and I end up saying, "Is there anything we can do to sandwich?"
Errol kind of flips through the Gnomish book. That didn't sound right. Why didn't...
The
I got-
mustard
I
is
got-
in the kitchen. Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, it's sandwich. Anyway, continue.
Okay.
So,
I thought you said monster, not mustard.
No, the mustard is in the kitchen, yeah.
Right.
so this kid's just laying there with a
There's
Okay, that was
a chest, a small little box that's at his feet.
Are we gonna open that?
Let's mage hand open the box within the box.
So this is what you see as you look at this chest. It appears to be some sort of combo lock mechanism.
He was buried with the Scrabble board.
Oh. Can you put it?
Alright.
Is there an H on there? Can we put in the word Herald?
There's an H, isn't it?
Yeah, it's top left.
Yes, there is an H. You put in the word Herald.
Wait. There's no else.
There are no L's.
There are L's.
Where's the L?
I think there's like a singular L.
I think that might be an I.
What if it was their like house name or their last name?
Yeah, but how would we know that information?
There's no V's. My other thought was going to be Savior.
Make a history check.
Yars. And...
I will make a history check. I'm proficient in that.
Good.
Hey!
You stand there and you puzzle it out a little bit, throw in different words and letters in there until finally it kind of hits you. It says, wait a minute, what was the kid's name? And you go, H-E-R-B-E-R-T, Herbert.
Oh. See, I thought that at first, but I was like, nah, that'd be too obvious.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought the kid's name was Harold.
No, that was the unicorn's name. I
You
knew
replaced
That's okay.
children with children toys.
All right, so you
Anyway, Herbert.
put in Herbert. All right. So as you put in Herbert, the chest opens up, and inside
I can't believe that worked.
is another smaller chest.
Oh god damn it.
Come
It
on!
is covered in elvish glyphs, and you could sense that it definitely has some sort of magical
read.
properties.
I could read these.
Elvish.
I can also read. I can read Elvish better than you.
It's okay. I can cast Identify.
Oh well then.
It's definitely some sort of containment.
So what do the Elvish glyphs say?
Whatever you do, don't read them out loud.
Are you gonna pick up the chest?
Oh. I can't read them without picking
Yeah,
up.
it's a really small chest.
Oh god damn
Check.
it. Well,
Alright.
who was holding the
problem.
bigger chest, mind you?
Yeah. Who opened the chest?
I opened the big one.
Okay, so you're holding that. It's where you could hold it with two hands. It's not a huge chest. It's just a bigger chest.
I
than
figured
the
it
one
was like a
inside.
sarcophagus, so you just kind of push the lid aside. And
Oh
set
yeah,
it
well
down.
you opened that. That's the sarcophagus. I was asking
Yeah,
who
this
opened the
this is the
chest.
box in that box, and now there's a smaller box
Yes,
inside
there's
the
another
second
box. Right.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was. I
The,
missed
Yeah, you're
the
fine.
box with the
Boxception.
on it,
Yes.
and with my mage hand.
Okay, so you pick it up with the mage hand. As you pick it up, you hear a voice that says in common, "The loveliest of views."
There's a painting upstairs.
Painting.
The love painting. We should go back upstairs.
Considering that I'm pretty sure this guy talked with demons,
Well, yeah, we gotta get to him so we can kill him. Again. Possibly. It's the only clue we
Dude.
have.
I'm going to awaken mine to you, into your head. You know, if we're being listened to by a demon, you shouldn't outright say, "Want to kill this demon."
I mean, sample your delicious sandwiches. Anyway, let's go back upstairs.
All right. Do you leave the chest there? Or are you gonna carry it with you?
Let's
I don't
try
know,
it.
Tater.
I'm gonna try and put the chest on the pedestal.
Okay. So
I
you
think
move-
that's a good idea.
So you move the chest over, kind of lower it onto the pedestal. Nothing happens.
Oh well. Okay. I'll take it back.
All right. So you guys go back up the stairs. Now,
Yes.
just as a helpful hint, you did see the painting in the library. You do remember, however, that there is a kitchen.
Yeah, I don't remember there being any other doors we didn't check.
Yeah,
Oh.
there is a
There's
kitchen.
a demoator.
Well, I don't think most of us fit down the dumbwaiter.
I can probably.
I don't
It's a
want to
5
go
foot,
down the dumb
it's
waiter.
a 5 foot. You could go down there one at a time.
But why is the only access to the kitchen via a dumbwaiter?
I think
Might
it's
be a back
because
door.
part of the house is rubbled.
Part of the house collapsed.
Yes.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what he had in mind when he made this.
I will go down last.
Okay.
I'll go down first.
So you guys go back upstairs to find the dumbwaiter. You do
After
not hear.
probably staring at the painting.
We're not going to the studio?
Are you going to take? Okay, so you go back to the
Yeah,
studio.
we gotta check that first.
Okay, so you go back to
to
the
the studio,
painting,
man.
and once again, it says the painting is entitled. Again, it's the two women that are sitting there on the beach, curled up, and the painting is entitled Adriana and Eloise, true love.
But the note he had said he was going to sit and face the loveliest view,
Mm-hmm.
which
Enjoy
was
my
that
last
painting.
moments
Which was
with
that
a goblet
painting.
of fine brandy. Fuse.
Touch it with the box.
Was the other painting like the one of the Midnight Violet? Did it have a title?
No. It was just
No?
it was a finished painting, but it had not been framed. It was just on canvas.
One thing that I overlooked at the first part, the reason why we didn't find the girl's body in her room, in Roland's note, it says that Eloise escaped.
Oh, well, that's good.
Or
That's
she
right.
ran away.
That's why the doll was like a mile down
Eloise,
the
I
road.
pray that you never return to this forsaken house.
I
The
feel bad
chick's
for
gone,
taking.
so-
I feel bad for taking Harold now.
No, you just
Isn't it?
reunite the child with her long lost toy.
She's not here.
You
And their
realize
long
that
lost
this-
mental issues.
You realize this probably happened hundreds of years ago.
That is true because I did read the book.
But if they're half elves, there's the chance that it could be.
Yeah, I
alive.
mean, she could
That's-
possibly be alive. Yeah.
Half elves aren't elves.
I'm not saying she's like 400 years old, but I'm saying they still live to be like 100, 200.
She could have became a druid. You don't know.
Dog stuff. I'll be right back again.
Right.
So much meta. All right.
You mean she became like a 20th level druid?
Yes.
Just like
Sure.
that, and then lived for like 2k years.
It's possible. Don't know.
Works for me.
All right, so you guys walk back upstairs after looking at the painting and look down into the dumbwaiter one more time. You can tell that the corpse has been literally picked clean. Anything that was left of it is gone, and the creatures are no longer right underneath. So there's that.
I'm going to lower the dumbwaiter with nobody on it. Look down and go, yoo-hoo!
Okay.
The zombies wander.
As you do that, you of course you raise it back up and then you lower it again, and sound kind of you hear again the sound of and one of the undead creatures kind of runs into the dumbwaiter. It's looking around.
You can see it, right?
Yes. All right. Yeah.
I was gonna say
With those two
watch
attacks,
and never read it.
you manage to completely obliterate it. Its pieces just fly all over the place. At that begins almost like a mad dash to the buffet as the other undead creatures try to like get into the shaft. There's two more of the type creatures that have gotten in. You can't see there's at least four. The other one kind of can't get in from that. Do you want to try to shoot those as well?
Yes.
Okay. They started to eat. That one kind of flies by. That one hits. One gets hit by 5. It kind of explodes a little bit in one spot. Kind of looks up, starts like clawing up.
Things are
I'm-
disgusting.
All right, and then you go ahead and shoot.
Climb.
Yeah.
Pew,
so-
pew.
Yeah, that one that time you just get rid of it. The other one kind of gets knocked backwards as another one kind of fills in the gap. Eventually, using these tactics, you've managed to completely eliminate the undead that have been crowding the kitchen. They just kind of everything just kind of falls.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize enough stuff was going to distract me that long. What did I miss?
Yeah, just some undead creatures.
We're shooting fish in a barrel.
Oh,
I called the zombies to the dumbwaiter while it was down there, and then just destroyed them all
Oh my god.
without any danger to us.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah, as I hear just a bunch of explosions, and I'm like, "Oh, it's safe."
Relatively speaking.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
start making my way down.
Okay, so you're going to who's going
No,
down?
none of us are down there yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's going to descend first?
oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Yeah.
Grim was gonna go first since.
All right. So Grim,
Sorry.
you descend down into the dumbwaiter, and you arrive, and it comes back up, and all these bodies, and then you jump on it, shoving these zombie corpses off, and ride it back down. And you are now in a very old, dusty, broken kitchen.
I'll pop out, look around, and then send the waiter back up.
All right. You look around. You do see what appears to be some sort of sleeping, yet to be animated undead corpse at the far end of the room.
I'll wait till the others get down. I'll basically send the dumbwaiter back up and wait.
I'll climb on in.
Okay. So eventually, all of you get back down
Yep.
to the room. Actually, I'm gonna use your ones up here. Might be quicker that
Oh,
way.
excuse me.
Token. Okay, so you guys are in the kitchen.
Oh, here's the thing. Okay.
And there is
here's
an
L.
undead thing over on this side that finally kind of stirs, wakes up, looks your direction, and is going to start making its way that way. Now, I need everybody to roll initiative one more time as it kind of jumps up on the counter and starts running across. This one seems to be a little bit more live than the zombies that you've encountered before.
Protect me. Hey.
Protect me.
Well, Grim was keeping an eye.
I
on
love
the
how
sleeping
Errol
zombie.
is still practically dead.
Oh yeah, no. There's no healing in this party.
Love it.
Well, I
Hey,
mean, I got
we
my
need
healing
we
gear.
need supports and possibly healers, maybe rogues. Oh yeah, no healing.
They told me
No,
I
no,
couldn't
no,
use.
it's fine. It's fine.
They told me I
It's
couldn't
fine,
use
I'm
the healer I
kidding.
wanted to, so I went back to rogue.
That's fine.
What healer did you want to use?
The Celestial Warlock from Xanathar's Guide.
We just haven't.
Ape doesn't like Xanathars.
Yeah, we just haven't
Xanthars.
really processed
Xanthars.
Xanathar yet. Honestly.
I have. It's neat.
Yeah.
Pretty alright, yeah.
Let me put this guy in initiative.
But yeah, that sounded more interesting to me than clerics.
I mean, I'll take a look at it. If you like, if you want to join the game, I'll take a look at it. Personally,
If.
but, if you're still interested in joining the game, and if we get to the point where you join, then we'll talk about how that works. I really just haven't looked at it yet, to be honest.
Okay. I got the PDF handy. I can send it to you. I mean, I totally bought it legitimately.
Oh yeah, I totally bought it legitimately too.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Look, shut up. I'm poor.
My purchasing decision.
Oh, wow. Okay, so who has the highest dexterity amongst the three of you 22s?
I only got a 14, so.
Oh,
I
that
got-
must be
I
your
got
last
16.
one. Okay, so
16.
Twice, and Errol on there twice.
I don't know why. All right. There we go.
Well,
Well, Grimrez
my-
is left.
mine's not an 11.
Okay.
I got.
Can go and edit it yourself.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah,
20.
so two of us got 22 initiative and had 16 dex.
Okay. And okay, Grimrez got 22 initiative. Okay. And Worm got a 22 initiative, and Cater got a 16. So everybody got quite a few people got 22 initiative. So who's dex? Let's see, 2 for 3
Again.
for Worm, 2 for Grimrez, 3 for Errol. So Grimrez is third. You guys are the same, so it really doesn't matter. All right, so Errol, you're first.
So with all these open wounds on him now, fire doesn't seem like the best idea. So you're going to see him do something that he hasn't done this entire time, is he pulls out his bow. Ooh. He pulls out his short bow, knocks an arrow, and lets it fly.
Do it.
Hot damn.
That hits. All right, you see the undead creature kind of lurch a bit.
Oh, I should have used fire.
Worm.
I'm going to go ahead and get behind this here thingamajig. And short bow attack against the ghast.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
There we go. And bonus action, I'll help Grimrez, and I'll say, aim for the chest hole area. It's much larger than the head. You'll get much more hits in.
All right. Grimrez, you're up.
I will use that information and I will charge me a zombie.
Do it. Both those hits.
I don't know why it lagged and double clicked me.
Ooh. Yeah. With that attack, wow. Yeah, you finish it off. Just cut it up to ribbons. Wow. That was a good attack. Wow, 13 and seek attack of 15. Jeez. Alright. So yeah, you cut it down, and there is what appears to be a doorway that's in front of you that leads out of the kitchen.
I'll open it on up.
It is locked. It will not open.
I'm going to attempt to use my thieves' tools.
Okay.
Thieves' tools.
Limp.
No.
The door clicks open, but it still won't move. You get an impression that there's something obstructing it on the other side.
Search for brandy.
You find it. There's some brandy stash hidden in one of the lower cabinets. There's a little alcove cut out, and there it is. It's good stuff. It's old. Really
Actually,
old.
since it's a kitchen, there's, fires and knives in here.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna check and see if there's any sort of first aid kit.
Yeah, make a
maybe a spare health potion. These people are probably pretty well off.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, good, my favorite. Oh, god damn it!
I guess I'm going to use my healer's kit on Grimrez.
You find a bottle that may be a healing potion.
Thank you.
Maybe. Excuse me, magic man. Tell me what's in the bottle.
I'm doing that on Grimrez.
Grimrez, you heal for 10.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We'll attempt to investigate this bottle.
Okay.
In the bottle.
It's a potion of healing.
Glug, 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 glug.
Alright. Roll your 1d4 plus 2?
Wow. 1d what?
1d4 plus 2, I think it is.
Oh, good.
Or 2d4
Oh,
It was
that's a
2d4
3.
plus
2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus
Okay, so 7. I get 7 health
All right.
back.
7 points of life. Flow back into
in
you.
life that you didn't have before.
Okay, not on the brink of death anymore. Better.
Found the brandy stash, right?
Yeah, you did.
This was the healing brandy.
The brandy. Is it fine brandy?
It's very fine brandy.
It's been
Very fine.
I
aging
would
for
like to-
God knows how long.
I would like to search for a goblet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's goblets. They're pretty grimy and nasty. You have to kind of work the water pump that doesn't want to like shoot, but every 3 or 4 pumps. But you eventually clean it off enough.
Some brandy.
Yeah.
Just drink it out of the bottle, man.
Pull out Roland's note. Like, that he wanted to enjoy his last moments with a goblet of fine brandy and the loveliest of views.
He's in the
Loveliest of
bed.
views, and it didn't work. Tried to open up the chest
He's
in front of the
not there
painting.
now.
It
He's
is
in the
possible that we
bed.
needed a goblet of fine brandy.
He has a point. I don't
Alright.
quite know how spirits work, but
Do what you want. What's in this little nook? Oh, that's the dumbwaiter.
There's a stash of brandy. Help.
I mean, nothing happens. I mean, you have a goblet of brandy in your hand.
So how is this door? There, you said there's something obstructing it.
Yeah, there's something obstructing it on the other side.
Well, time for the crowbar.
Pretty sure that's the collapsed room.
I'm gonna give it a try anyway. Fortune favors the bold.
Do it.
I'm gonna crowbar it. What is that?
I think it's a
Strength.
athletics with advantage.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh my god, that worked.
Yeah. Pop!
The natural 20.
You pop that door. You hear the nails from what apparently were some boards fly out on the other side. You're pretty amazed at the strength you've demonstrated, and you open it to what is a dining room.
Oh my god. That was a potion of strength.
In the center of the room, there stands a 15-foot long grand mahogany dinner table, surrounded by 8 high-back chairs. And as expected, the craftsmanship of this set is quite remarkable and quite old. 8 place settings, including silver goblets and utensils of fine quality, though covered in dust, surround are front in each of those chairs. You also notice, as you walk in, if you walk in,
I guess I'll walk in.
there is a
Keter
door.
goes, "Oh my god!" And in the slight distraction, he pockets all the brandy. All of the
All of
bottles.
it.
All right, do a sleight of
He
hand.
takes off his backpack.
You're
they
even
all
more
just
of a
go in there.
thief than the thieves.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I want some brandy.
The most I took was an erotic novel.
All right, so you pocket quite a bit of brandy there. So yeah, there is a door that leads off of the dining room.
is there like anything on the table?
Other than the silverware, that I mentioned earlier, there does not appear to be any food particles or anything of that nature. It's just
Very finely made silverware, right?
very nice silverware. Yes.
Yoink. Just gonna take some forks. You know, either for selling or for stabbing.
Okay.
And the knives and the spoons
All right.
and the sporks.
Very well.
We don't
There
know.
were no sporks,
There were no sporks. No.
sadly.
No.
I guess I'm gonna peek on through this door.
Okay. You use the mage hand, I'm sure, to open the door. Or are you just opening the door?
I'm just peeking through it.
Okay.
Like
So
through
you
the
kind
like
of
through a
open the
keyhole.
door a little bit. Look through. Looks like an outside courtyard.
Huh.
Yeah, there's outside courtyard here. Why did it skip that one? No, it didn't. There's no ceiling here. The ground appears to be riddled with small, tiny paw prints. A circular pedestal fountain feeds a small decorative fish pond, but the fish are all dead, and the algae is just caked. You see the fish floating in the pond.
Yeah.
You find bits of fish lying near the pond, like dried like jerky by the sun in the open air courtyard. Further into the courtyard, the ferns, bushes, and trees that would have once been pruned now fully overgrown. Any movement in this area will be quite difficult. Deeper into the overgrowth and peeking out of the treetops, a glass roof reflects the sunlight.
I swear, if that cat is in that greenhouse and he's going to do the exact same thing he's done the other 2 times I've seen him.
Don't kill the cat.
It's so frustrating.
Okay, so I need
A cow.
I am a little curious what happens if I start burning it.
So yes, you guys walk outside into the courtyard. I need
Religion checks.
I need Grimrez to make a saving throw. Dex saving throw.
I can do those.
He did those.
All right. So as you begin walking, everybody, you guys are looking around, looking across the courtyard, trying to cut through the growth, and all of a sudden, a cat, wow, like jumps out after Grimrez, and he deathly moves out of the way, and you guys are just like, what the? And it leaps over, and it goes and runs off into the brush, and then
Jeebus cat.
And then you see them, one eye after the other begins to appear.
Is it cat demons? I think it's cat demons. Oh god, it's cat demons.
As one
Cat Stevens?
feral cat after another begins to claw its way out of the brush.
Worm kill the cats. Worm kill the cats. Worm kill the cats.
That's the plan.
That's a lot of feral cats.
Yeah.
I refuse to play this game anymore.
Protect me.
They're all named Cuddles.
And all these cats begin to move toward your position. And I think that's where we're going to have to stop.
Dang.
We like to end these one-shots on a climax, don't we?
Yes, we do. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to finish this. It says we should be. I don't believe these one-shots anymore. So we can finish this at another point, guys. I'd like to finish this one-shot at some point. We haven't had anybody sign up on the 27th yet, I don't think. So we possibly could just go ahead and finish it on the 27th. Or we could wait till the 3rd. Either way, I'd like to conclude this, kind of like the one-shot we had last week. Conclude that one as well. So are you guys good for that?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it should be.
Great. All right. Well, thanks for watching on the internet, whether that's in Twitch or YouTube. And we will see you guys next week, because we are going to do the conclusion of one-shot number 2, which should be pretty exciting.
So many dead cats.
There, so many dead cats.
There will be
See you
so
next
many
time,
dead cats.
everybody.
No. We
So
shall drive the cats back, but we do not kill cats.
I've been rambling insanely in the chat for this entire time. I've been madly saying punt the cats. I've been wanting someone to punt one of the cats like a football.
Oh.
We're busy tripping on them. They're probably ninjas.